Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
All right, are we all ready? Here we go.
Oh,
say, can you see? And the rockets.
whoa.
I'll make up for it now. For the land of free.
Hell no.
Written by Francis Scott Off-Key. Those are last night's lowlights. They're last night's highlights.
Oh, man. Hey, man. Folks are talking about Fergie was the worst rendition ever. Man, you don't ever disrespect the GOAT like that, man. Carl Lewis, man. Hey, man, but shout out to Fergie for chopping up that anthem. Man, I loved it.
Yeah, she fucked that up.
She fucked that up. I mean, 187 to the anthem. Goodness gracious. I'm glad it was a white person, though. If somebody gonna fuck up the anthem and make America look bad, I'm glad it was a white person. Wakanda forever.
Yeah, but, hey, man, the anthem been trash to me. So you just added a jazz vibe to a track that was already trash. So just jazz trash. That's what it is, man. But everybody, man, this is the Views from the 7 podcast, episode 3. This is your guy Spence, man, joined by the homie T Fats.
Yo.
Ivan.
AKA Positive Pete.
And my homeboy Skinny.
Yeah, we in here.
What up, fellas?
Not much.
Another day, another dollar.
Man.
Holla.
I feel you, man. It's been a long motherfucking week for me, man.
Man, a long, beautiful week for me, man. I'm proud to be black. Beautiful. I can't say if. Yeah, absolutely. I've never been prouder to be a black man in America.
Oh, Lord. Facts. Here we go.
Wakanda forever.
Man, my son been playing in this AAU shit, man. It's been stressing me out, man.
Man, I'm on the fence about AAU, man. Like I kind of feel like it's fucking up the game a little bit, but at the same time, it's kind of like.
Oh yeah, the politics is trash.
Are they teaching them fundamentals?
Well, no, these kids be hooping.
Okay.
But the politics is trash. But man, my son was out there playing. My son gets down, man.
Is he nice?
Yeah, he nice. He real nice. But
I gotta go see him.
You go against.
I haven't seen him play in forever.
Yeah, man.
Since we was on the basketball court, like hoop dreams.
But then you know when he step on the court, and then another kid step on the court.
Yeah, you gotta test that heart.
Just be like, yeah, we got some work to do.
Hey man, that heart to overcome a lot of that.
This past weekend, I think he played the best team on the West Coast twice.
Sheesh.
And then he played one game where this team was like the goddamn Golden State Warriors, man. Dude hit like 10 threes, man, like it was in his sleep.
What grade?
11, 12.
Oh my God.
So he's a senior.
No, 11, 12 years old.
12 years old.
Oh yeah. At that age, they already ranking them. So it's big business already.
And then, after that game, we ended up fucking playing a team that was like the motherfucking bad boy Pistons.
Yeah.
Couldn't play for a lick, man, but they was putting hands on them.
Oh,
man, they was putting hands on them.
You need one of those.
But, these kids, man, be out there hooping, I just, with my son, put in the work, man, but I don't want no socially awkward ass kid either, where you just, all you know is basketball, you know what I'm saying?
Shit, it worked for Kobe.
Yeah, but look how Kobe is hella socially awkward.
But he can hoop though.
Yeah, but he
5 rings.
Tim Duncan,
He probably made 3
5 rings.
I want him to have a family too.
Kobe got 3 kids.
5
and
rings.
a wife.
Yeah, but
with 5 rings.
He's just hella socially awkward. When you talk to him, you just stare at him like, what the fuck are you talking
Yeah,
about?
The socially awkward people end up being the superstars. Like,
absolutely.
Majority of the superstars.
Yeah, but I have a personality too, man. I'm my Spurs baby. I'm a Tim Duncan fan, but can you imagine fucking having a conversation just like
Tim Duncan seems
your
like
whole
he's
Spurs roster forever had been socially awkward.
Man, whatever. Y'all relax.
Every
See,
player.
now we getting going way too fucking
But
far.
Pop though, I think I could like really fuck with Pop though.
Yeah,
I think
Pop
I could really kick
on
with Pop.
a articulate level, intellectual level.
I hang out with Pop. You want to go to Dre's tonight? Chris Brown in town, baby. Let's go to Dre's.
He ain't doing that. I know he a wine drinker though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Connoisseur.
So what up, man, Ivan?
Shit. This weekend was good, man. It was cool. Like you know, I keep telling y'all, me and my son be butting heads and shit. So I hadn't seen him in like a couple weeks, but he came. I went and got him to see Black Panther, and you know, he was cool. After we watched the movie, we had a little conversation or whatever about it. And then, you know, I was like, you know, we probably going over to Papa house tomorrow to eat. You know, if you want to come, holla at me. And I didn't think he was. I just was, you know, being the father. And he was like, all right. But he called me the next day and he came through. And so like Monday, we were off. It was President's Day. So I spent the day teaching them how to put on the condom. And teaching them how to drive. Yeah. Hey,
I feel it. When I first started, man, I was like, psh.
Yeah, man.
I was putting condoms on my damn feet.
Yeah.
Oh, you wild.
Oh, man.
wild.
But that one time that I just was like, I don't have one. Oh, man, I changed my life.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to change your life once you hit that thing raw.
Yeah, but
I ain't ready to be a grandpa though. I'm still on the early part of my 30s, man. I ain't ready for that. He at that age too, man. He already told me the white girl told him she could feel on his butt and all this other shit. So I'm like, nah, man. Like, if we gonna do it, we gotta do it right. So I gotta teach you how to put this condom on.
I dig it. Fats, what up, man?
Not much. Feeling real godly after seeing that movie yesterday, Black Panther.
Wakanda forever.
Forever. Feeling real godly. Man. Feeling like the fat version of Michael B. Jordan right now. Like Killmonger.
Skinny?
Oh, man, I had a crazy week. Crazy weekend. You know, it was my birthday weekend. So I went and got my daughter Friday. And, you know, we kicked it. And then, you know, going to watch Black Panther. So for me, this week was a lesson learned. I guess I got to teach my stepson how to put a condom on. I ain't taught him that.
Yeah, man. That shit's real out there.
Yeah, so it was a lesson learned for me, man. I had a couple words with my stepkids. They kind of was mad they didn't get to come out and watch Black Panther with me. So I had to had that conversation.
Hey, man, but at least you're what, high school?
Yeah, freshman.
He in high school too, right?
Freshman.
See, mine's 6th grade. So right now we at that stage where I got to be like, hey, man.
It's time
stay
to
away
start
from
though.
these girls.
It's time
you know
to start
what I'm saying?
though. They start early, man.
Yeah, because I'm, 7th grade coming up. That's when we gonna have that.
Yeah.
How do you kick
real
that conversation off though?
Right. Well, shit.
I got a 4-year-old. So
now they already at the stage now where the kids at the high school, the middle school is talking about Pornhub and shit. So now you
shit.
feel like, hey, man,
You gotta start.
mean,
Yeah.
what you doing with your dick, man?
Everything is open because, like, even now, well, my daughter is only 8. When she picks songs in the car from Spotify, it's always like sexually, like that's like
See, I don't even.
it's the kid, like
I
the
don't even.
kids that's 15 and 16 is making songs now. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Man, I told you, I posted the other day, man, motherfucking TLC No Scrubs came on in the car, right? We driving and shit, man. My girls are singing this shit to the top of their lungs, like feeling every lyric. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, turn this trash off, man. You know what I mean? All this negative energy.
Should have
You
went
know
back and played that No Pigeons.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I should have.
Yeah.
But man, god damn it, man. We've been going at it all week about this movie, and now we have all seen it. But before we get into the film, did y'all see the previews?
I didn't.
I didn't.
The version of the movie I went to was at AMC Town Square. The first night the theme was it was dashikis, and the second night was Coming to America theme. I went to the first night, which is dashikis. And so first of all, shout out to Urban Vegas. Y'all put on a great show. They had African dancers in the movie, so they had like a group of they had African dancers, they had drummers, the whole nine.
That's lit. And
they came in and they danced. You know, I probably got there about 7:40. The movie was like an 8:00 start time, and they pretty much danced up until the movie started. So once they got done dancing and he talked a little bit, it went straight to the movie. So I missed the previews.
Wow.
I'm the only one that fucking seen them?
I guess so.
Well, hey, man, look. Motherfucking DC got to get it together.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I'm sick of this talking about this shit every week, man. But fucking Venom looks amazing.
Venom does look amazing.
I'm here for Ant-Man. I'm not the greatest fan, but I'm here for it.
I didn't even watch the first Ant-Man.
Deadpool, that's just gonna kill everything.
Yeah, I want to see that.
I didn't like Deadpool like that.
What?
I didn't. Like, see, and I think I'm weird because a lot of people said Wonder Woman was like a great movie, but I was like, it was cool. Wonder Woman was cool.
Nah,
It
Wonder
wasn't-
Woman was trash.
I think Wonder Woman was good for DC.
Nah.
Yeah, I think it was.
It
It was a
good
light.
for DC, but it played on, the
It-
emotions of
It was trash to me.
the
but
more
It was,
feminine.
it was cool. Like
yeah, it was alright.
it was their first movie that had a lighter tone. All their movies have had a darker tone, so that was the first movie that had a lighter
But
tone.
I like
for
that
them.
shit. I like dark. You know what I mean? I like dark, realistic movies. I don't like that corny ass punchline shit.
That Gotham City for the ghetto shit is old now. Like nigga, we need bright visuals.
Yeah,
Like,
and we see what happened. You had fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger playing motherfucking Freeze.
yeah, that shit was.
That
cool.
shit was
shit was
hard.
tra-
Nah, that
What?
shit was hard.
Man,
That's a
look.
classic to me.
Nah,
That's
So
hard.
that
Nah,
was
y'all
terrible.
not gonna do
Y'all
that.
didn't
That's
like
my
Jim Carrey
childhood.
as the Riddler?
No,
No.
even though
Y'all
he was funny, he
wildin',
was
y'all
funny.
wildin'.
I think the best
Nah,
one was the one with Michelle Pfeiffer and Danny DeVito was
With the penguin.
yes.
Yeah, but that was Tim Burton. That was the darker tone ones. After the second Tim Burton film is when they got with the colorful shit.
That shit was
the
wild.
trash shit.
That shit was terrible.
That was
Oh man.
The one with Poison Ivy.
Fat
That
Low
shit was
with
hard.
Batman.
That shit was.
Yeah.
That's my
That
childhood.
shit
Yeah, that's
was.
hard.
That shit
Low
was
with you, they
bad.
Stop
Yeah.
it. Stop
That
it.
shit
Hell
was
no.
bad.
Then you had
Stop
the one
it.
with motherfucking George Clooney. Was it George Clooney?
George
When they had the
Clooney.
nipples on the Batman suit?
Batman and Robin. Who was the villain in that?
You gonna pierce them motherfuckers too?
Who was the
nipples
villain?
hella big.
Who was the villain in that one? I don't even remember who the villain in that one was.
Oh shit. The George Clooney one? That was Freeze.
So who? No.
No, George Clooney wasn't Freeze. They had what was that dude name that played in
George Clooney was Freeze. Val Kilmer was Joker and not Joker, Two-Face and
Val Kilmer had
Bane.
Freeze.
Two-Face, Bane.
He had
the
Riddler.
Riddler.
He had
Freeze and Riddler were in the
Freeze.
same movie.
He had Poison Ivy.
I thought that
I
was
don't know
George
who
Clooney.
George
Clooney
Clooney
was the
had.
one when they
George
panned
Clooney- I
that
think
shit.
George
I
Clooney
remember
was the
George
first one.
Clooney was the one
And
with
he
Freeze.
had the Joker, right?
No, George Clooney had
Not
the one with
Joker.
Freeze for show.
Joker
Val
was-
Kilmer was the one when they came in with
Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
no, that's the first one.
That's the first one. That's Michael Keaton.
Oh, okay.
Val Kilmer was the one when they came in with Robin
Michael Keaton. Is
and
the
then
only one I remember.
Batgirl. That
No,
was Val Kilmer, wasn't it?
Robin.
Val
Was,
Kilmer
what,
was
you
Riddler.
right.
Val
That
Kilmer was Riddler
George,
for show.
That was George Clooney. He's right. That was
no,
that's
George
what
Clooney had Robin. George Clooney had Robin.
Yeah.
No, Val Kilmer had Robin. What-
No.
Man, I don't know, man. They was trash anyway.
All that shit was
Nah.
bad. Yeah.
All that colorful circus ass shit, man.
But the colorful movies is the ones that's winning. They say that.
Yeah, because it's the kids. I'm not a motherfucking kid. I don't want
I
to see
was
that
a
shit.
kid back
I was
then,
a kid,
so I
too.
was for that.
even now, they said that this last Thor was the best Thor because it was a departure from the darker tone than the first two Thors. That's what I read.
Look, I love Marvel movies, but I am for DC.
They losing right now.
DC is the Kelly Rowland of Destiny's Child.
Losing.
Yeah, they got to take that.
Clearly, Marvel's Beyonce.
For right now,
Clearly, Marvel's Beyonce.
but DC is the more talented one.
Well, Beyonce is a star.
Yeah, because she got the fucking better team behind her.
Whose fault is that?
Right now, motherfucker, with Black Panther, goddamn,
It's
Marvel is fucking
DC
Beyonce in the fan.
DC
with
will
the
never
fucking-
catch up. DC will never catch up.
It's too late.
DC will never catch up. They don't have they don't have any continuity. Like they even with their TV shows, like it's like 3 different versions of Superman on TV.
DC is killing right now in the cartoon section.
In the cartoon
It's
section.
cartoons.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Cartoons is
I'm with
like,
the cartoons.
You have to watch their cartoons though. They cartoons is like
They
dark
cartoons.
and-
They cartoons hard.
They even starting to cuss now. I think they got
They
Yeah,
cartoons
they
is
rated
hard.
R.
Yeah,
But I'm with
they-
the cartoons. But I want to see some shit in the theaters.
Live action. Now, what are the live action?
Well,
shit
maybe
look
they
like?
need to make a cartoon theater movie.
Man. But now to the movie. Did it exceed you guys' expectations?
It met my expectations.
It did exactly what I wanted to do, which was put positive black imagery on the screen.
For me, it did what I expected.
Okay.
I wasn't going too far, too deep into it. I just expected it to be a good movie. for
Okay.
kids.
What's the grade?
Me, the grade is A+.
10 out of 10.
Give me an A.
I give it a B.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into it, man. So you said the imagery.
Imagery. That's what I like for me, and this has been my thing from day one. I'm always, as a father, like I look at things as a father now more so. So as a father, I've always wanted to put positive black images in front of my kids. Like for me, my kids, my girls went to private school their first few years,
Yeah.
and they were surrounded by nothing but white people. And so I've always wanted my daughter's standard of beauty to look like her. So,
Okay.
and when I say that, I mean when you think of a beautiful woman, I want it to be a dark skin, a brown skinned woman with black hair and brown eyes, as opposed to a lighter skinned woman, a white woman. No offense to white people, but I want my daughter. You know, my daughter's a black woman. She's going to be a black woman. I don't want her standard of beauty to be a white woman with blonde hair and blue eyes, because I don't want her having to chase that image her whole life, because that's when you see women getting contacts and dyeing their hair blonde and all this other shit. Nah, I want you to look. When you look in the mirror, I want you to see something beautiful and not see what you need to improve upon. Yeah. So from that perspective, I've always tried to put positive black images, especially women, in front of my daughters. So this thing, you know, talking to my daughter, I went and saw it twice. I saw it with my cousin Friday night. I saw it Saturday afternoon with my kids. Yeah. And when I talked to her about it, you know, she's 8, so she didn't have a critique about it, but she was like, "Oh, it was a good movie." I'm like, "Cool." I was like, "So," and later on down the road, like a few minutes later, I was like, "So what do you think about doing, being Okoye, which was the leader of the Dora Majority?"
The imagery. We're going to just the imagery.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
So I was like, "What do you think about being her for Halloween?" And she was like, "That would be cool." And her face kind of lit up, and it shocked me because I know she wanted to be Mal from the Descendants before. I guess she switched to Uma, which is another black girl. So I was happy with that when she told me that. But just the fact that she got excited about being a black woman, it made my heart jump. So for me, it did exactly what I wanted to do, which was put a positive black image. Yeah. And even with my son, like he was like, it gave me a different perspective on Africa. He's like, in America, we look at Africa a certain kind of way, but this gave me a different perspective, and I thought it was cool. So just for me, it did exactly what I wanted to do. Like, you know, beyond everything else I've read on the internet, I've seen a woman say, because of the movie, she's going to start looking into her roots, start researching her roots or whatever. So it just, it did, like I said, again, it did what I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to see positive black imagery. I wanted to see black people come together, and they kind of did that for me. So plus, it was a dope ass movie. The movie by itself, without all the external and everything, all the internal conversations you can have about it, and all the underlying messages, as a movie itself, it was dope. It was a dope movie.
We're gonna break it down. Okay. Fats?
Yeah, I love the imagery. I mean, the female warriors. What else did they have? They had it all. I mean, it really did it for me.
Skinny?
For me, it was the same. Like, I like the imagery for one of the reasons.
Imagery, motherfucker.
Yeah, that word. Because, hey, I'm going to keep fucking that word up, y'all. No, it's my fault. But nah, because of my daughter, like, she knew we was going to see it once I had went and got her. So she knew we was going to see it. So we was watching a thing. I don't know if it was on Fox or whatever it was on, but they were speaking on the movie. And when they spoke on it, they said the women are the fighters, the women are the main part of the movies and all that. She was like, "Oh, Dad, the women, it's all about the women. Like, it's about the women." So she was big on that. So I thought that was dope.
Yeah, that was important.
With my daughter, it's the same. She's in California. She lives in California. She lives in the suburban area. So all she has really is white friends. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So her hair being the way her hair is, it was always a conversation, and all this stuff was conversation. Like, when I would buy her different stuff, and she would download apps with doing beauty on women, it was always white. I'm like, why you always got white girls? Now she's more so like, that don't look like me. You know what I'm saying? And she's not for it. So for me, it did what I wanted it to do. You know, and then my little nephew was in the movie theater with the Black Panther action figure, like moving his hands with the movie. So I thought that was dope. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it did what I wanted to do.
Okay. Well, man, like all y'all said, you know, the imagery was amazing. Damn.
See? Hey.
That's karma like a motherfucker.
Their layers kicked in already.
Oh, man. The imagery was amazing, man. You know, I love the fact that it was so much melanin, man.
Absolutely.
Showing Africa in the beautiful state that it is, and not the horrible imagery that we're programmed to have here in America. I love the fact that the common theme throughout the movie is that we are nothing without our women, and that, behind every strong black man is a strong black woman, even though most of the times we don't listen.
True.
I'm looking for my strong black woman. Where you at, boo?
Look. Look,
Where you at?
He on Tinder right now.
I hope you got some big titties too.
Oh,
Shit, yeah.
and I love the fact that, man, they showed our women kicking ass, man.
Man,
yeah, I love that.
We wasn't just cooking. They wasn't just cooking and shit. They was kicking some ass.
Okoye was no joke, boy. No
Man.
joke.
And you know, towards the end of the film, when was that Wakabi? Name Wakabi?
Who?
Wakabi.
Who?
When him and his wife had the showdown.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I remember the brother's name.
Yeah,
I
man.
remember
You know, he got when he got on one knee
on the rhino.
you know,
yeah.
and surrendered. That was like powerful to me.
That was
that
extremely
imagery
powerful.
right
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
man. Not for the kids, but for us men. Man.
Absolutely.
So I have a question. So do you think, as black men, we should be submissive? Because we're always looking for our women to be submissive.
Absolutely.
Should we
I
be
do.
submissive to our black women?
I do. I think.
Well, I mean, that's a word that is too.
And I'm not saying be a bitch or nothing like
the Bible
that.
has made it where that word puts a stranglehold on our women as if they have to be like almost like slaves. They
Yeah.
have to listen to us. They have to do what we say.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
like our women are kind of like they're stronger than us
Yeah.
mentally,
Absolutely.
True.
physically, maybe not, but they're
And
stronger than us.
spiritually too.
And if we just took
True.
the time to listen to them more, we could go much further than what we are now.
I
You know
agree
what
with
I'm
that.
saying? Earlier, you know, when T'Challa asked him to stop fighting,
Right.
you know, dude started fighting even harder.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Then, you know, once his wife was like, "Look, chill out. You know, I kill you."
Yeah, she was for the cause. She
You know what I'm
wasn't playing.
saying? He
with
was
it.
like,
all
all
that.
right.
She was with all that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And the sister,
Shuri,
know?
she was dope.
Yeah, that was dope.
making her the
And gadgets and
scientist.
shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
That
that
was
is
hard.
the imagery right there. where,
Genius,
like,
but like genius level though. She
Yeah.
wasn't like you know
they
what I'm
saying
saying.
she's supposed to be smarter than Iron Man.
I believe it. Did you
rival.
see the technology was amazing.
Crazy.
And again, going back to imagery, like for me, how many black kids, not even black, how many kids are gonna be like, man, I want to study math and science because I want to be the next Shuri. I want to make gadgets like that. Like that was so cool. Like to me, I don't think it's a far fetched thing to say as a kid right now trying to figure out how to be the next Shuri.
Yeah, because she's a scientist, a smart ass scientist, and that's not far fetched. You know what I'm saying? She's not jumping on buildings.
Right.
She doesn't have superpowers. She's hella smart, and that's something that can be attained.
Not just, but she wasn't just smart. She was smart and funny and cool. Like
Absolutely.
she made science cool. Like that's a
Absolutely.
transcendent character.
And you know, the scene where they were, was that the underground casino they were in?
Yes.
And man, she jumped off the little rail.
Yeah. Okoye. Hey.
Oh man, I was like, ooh, look.
Man, like the fight scenes in that movie and the action was all there up until
Yeah, but when she was on top of the car during the chase
that was dope.
with her spear.
When she threw the
Spear.
spear.
Oh man,
That was hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the shit. You know, I'm looking at my daughters. You know, I'm like, yeah, see.
Yeah, that's what
That
it was.
there,
Yeah.
that there, and like I said, the scientist thing, because they can go out there, they can go out into the world and be like, well, I may not have superpowers, but I can be a scientist.
Yes.
You know
You
what I'm
have
saying? I can
brains and
change the world
intellect.
through my brains.
Yes.
And that was the imagery. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? That can that sticks right there.
So Spence, do you go back on any of your words prior to the movie?
No. We talking about the movie. We talking about imagery right now. When we were going back and forth, people kept confusing the mindset versus the movie. So when I was talking about people's mindset, you were thinking like, after we see this movie, we finna unify. This finna be a revolution around this motherfucker. No, the movie's been out almost a week now, and what are we talking about? It is an amazing fucking movie. But at the end of the day, it is an amazing fucking movie. That's it. And that's all I was saying. People were confusing that with me shitting on the movie, and I wasn't. Now I do agree with all of you that the imagery that our kids seen can change. Can possibly change their lives or the road that they're headed down now.
Right,
You know what I mean? We don't know how many kids are thinking about being scientists right now.
Because us as kids, we didn't have this.
No.
Like we
had Meteor Man.
and Blank Man.
Yeah. No explanation needed.
No explanation. needed.
But also, man, you know, she also what was her name?
Shuri,
Not Shuri.
Okoye.
Okoye. The gym about, you know, when they were walking into the club and she mentioned that she hated her wig.
She threw that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was much more comfortable being natural the way she was. And at that point, she was
Absolutely.
bald headed. That says
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I felt that part. I want it, but okay. I'm gonna let y'all have it because I want y'all to get more. You know, throw more of the positive shit out there before I start.
I mean, for me, that's what it was about, really. But again, like I've seen people say because of the movie they're more interested in finding out where they came from or where they're from. I saw the interview with Chadwick Boseman where he was talking about, instead of going to Ancestry.com, there's a place called African Ancestry, and it'll actually tell you what tribe. Now I'm kind of skeptical, like where do they get this information from?
Yeah.
I need to see who funds it.
Right. I was kind of, that's what I was kind of like, where how do they identify that? Like I need to know more about it, but like that would be dope to be able to say you came from this tribe in this country.
What I thought was dope was the director. The director, he had an interview and he spoke on how we do a lot of stuff that they do in Africa, like
Right.
or whatever. So when he spoke on that, I thought that was kind of dope because me, I'm the type of person, I'm like, look, I don't got no family directly from Africa, so you know, I don't really identify like that. I'm not too far in the motherland woke. I'm not that dude. So when he was saying that, like that we just, it's automatic. I think he spoke on like watermelon.
Right.
How watermelon is a big thing in Africa when he went out there, and he was like, out here it's kind of like a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like they talk about us and they pick on us for liking watermelon to the point that a lot of black people try to not say they like watermelon.
Yeah.
Or try to go against watermelon. So I thought that was dope, hearing his perspective from going to Africa.
Yeah.
Right.
It made me kind of want to go. Like I didn't never want to go to Africa besides when I watched Belly and Nas was like, we're going to the motherland. So that made me want to be like, well, maybe I do want to visit one time. Because I always looked at it at, they Africans, they don't like us. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're Africans. They don't like African Americans. That's how we always
Agreed.
viewed it.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So
I had
that
the
was
same
better for
mindset.
me.
Okay.
I had the same mindset. Even though I kind of did hear about watermelon before, as it came to prominence because of slavery and because that's something that you can eat and that keeps the water inside you or whatever, how that works. So I did kind of know about the watermelon thing, but hearing him talk about how they are in Africa, it definitely made me want to say, you know what? I kind of had every other place in the world but Africa at the top of my bucket list. So maybe I need to, you know, other than, you know, we talked about the water crisis. I don't know how, you know, how that plays a part into travel and tourism, but
Yeah.
other than that, like going to see where you came from, knock Africa up a few notches. I still want to go to Bora Bora though, and I still want to go swim with sharks. But
Okay, so let's get into Killmonger, man. You know, in my opinion, you know, he stole every scene that he was in.
facts,
I felt every bit of the rage he possessed.
facts.
He is the depiction of the angry black man stereotype filled with black rage.
I think his was more justified though. Like I think his rage was justified. Like I was denied my birthright.
It was justified to me, definitely.
In my opinion, he walked a thin line between being a victim and just another enraged black man without a plan.
I didn't see victim at all. Actually, like
You didn't see victim?
I didn't see victim at all. When I look at Killmonger, if I'm being honest, if I look at this film and see anybody that represents me, it was Killmonger. Like,
But you didn't see a victim.
no, I didn't see a victim.
He has to represent a victim with all that hate in his heart, which I felt like he represented the African American man and feeling abandoned, say, by Africa.
Yeah.
Because they never came back for us. They could have waged a war for us. They let us go. They like, here, y'all can have. I don't know if it's like that. I don't know if it's in history that they came back for us. But from my knowledge, they never came back for us.
Well, I mean, like I said, man, it's a thin line, you know. But to say he's not a victim, I mean, his own people killed his father And when he went to Wakanda, you know, you could see that the sense of being an outcast and being treated like a criminal where he's from enraged him even more.
Yeah, but I don't. But he was already. I don't think that contributed to his rage. He was already like that.
No, he's the product of, you know, the white supremacist nature in the United States. We all feel it. We've all been through it. We've all felt it.
True.
We all feel it. But the point to where you start feeling anger, seeing other people oppressed, other people killed, other people jailed and locked up innocently. You know what I mean? Wars being raged on your community. That's when you start to feel the rage, when it goes just outside of your walls.
Right, but I don't. I think I don't. You said victim. I don't believe he's a victim.
We're all victims.
I believe he was. Yeah, but you're only a victim if you allow yourself to be a victim. I think he took. He took how so? How
the
though?
rage.
Okay,
that man was angry. He was filled with rage.
You have to be holding on to
know
something.
that your own people killed your father. You hold that in for he was a kid when that happened. Right. You hold that in for so long. Plus, you start witnessing everything. You see, his father was already talking about it. That's why his father turned on him in the first place, because of what was going on in America. So his father was giving that to him. Then he experienced it. Yeah, then you got the white supremacist nature that you're growing up in. Then your own people kill your father. Then you go there, and they still treat you like an outcast and a criminal. He walked in with the little handcuffs on. When he killed Claw, that was supposed to be like his quote-unquote good deed. Now, he had a hidden agenda, but that was like his good deed. When he went to Wakanda, he had the body bag. Yeah, and he still walked into the castle, or whatever you want to call it, in shackles.
Right.
Does that not make him a victim of his circumstance?
Of his circumstance, yeah. Of his circumstance, yeah. That changes how you look at it. But like, I don't look at him as a victim. I think he took everything that happened to him and he turned it into motivation. Like, I don't look at motivated people as victims, because he took it. He said, okay, I was abandoned here. My people, my family killed my father. Yeah. Okay, so I took that and I turned it into motivation. Like, I went to MIT and got educated. I went to, you know, the military, and I learned how to kill. Like, I took everything that happened to me and I turned it into a purpose. The purpose was nefarious, but if we as a people can turn what happens to us and generate a purpose, then I don't think that makes us victims.
But at some point, you have to let that hurt go, not to become that victim. That's what it's about. If you're gonna grow, at some point you grow. Not that you've grown enough, but you have to let it go once you get to a certain point. He had all the battle scars. He became king, but he never wanted to let that anger go. At what point do we let that anger go?
That's a good question.
And then he said himself that he learned from white people. He wanted to do what they did to us back to them. That's rage. That's hurt.
Right.
He disrespected his elders and the women.
Yeah.
He was killing his own. You know what I'm saying? He had an objective, but it was hijacked because he was so fucking angry. And that happens to most of us. We have a plan, but deep down inside, our feelings, it just sometimes it takes us on a different path.
I can agree
You know
with
what I'm
that.
saying? So everything, he had all the right ideas. He wanted to unify his community. He wanted to empower his community.
Agreed.
But because he was so angry, he was doing the complete opposite.
Facts.
You get what I mean?
Uh,
Everything he said he wanted to do. He wanted to use vibranium
yeah, but
to go back, you know, to help the oppressed, right? The other oppressed melanated individuals. But he was also doing the very same thing he wanted to help them for. So white supremacy kills us. White supremacy disrespects us. And he was doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, when he got over there, like him saying, you do this, and then when the lady didn't do it, you know, when they wasn't for it, like burn all that. And when she wasn't for it, him choking her out, and you know what I'm saying? Like went right to the disrespect. He
Yeah.
didn't, and he wasn't willing to learn, to listen. He wasn't willing. Once he went over there, he already looked at himself as an outcast. He wasn't willing to learn or listen to them, to understand. Like when T'Challa, that's his name,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
When he had said like, basically like, he was telling like, I didn't do that to you. You know what I'm saying? My father did that, and he was willing to right his
Trying to
father's
hear that
wrongs.
shit.
And he wasn't trying to hear it. Like I'm not trying to hear none of that. Like you a part of his blood, and I'm a part of my father's blood. So let's do this.
He beat T'Challa straight up. Let's
He
get
did.
that.
Yeah, he
Let's
did.
get that right. But that W, that win, he didn't get no respect from that. It was all fear. Everybody started running as soon as he won.
Yeah.
So, in turn,
Not
what
everybody.
he-
Not everybody.
most of
The border tribe
yeah.
people, they was with it.
most of the people in Wakanda kind of ran, was crying.
Yeah, but you have to think though. When you look at it from that perspective, the border tribe was with it. The border tribe is who deals with the outsiders. Only the people from the other tribes that are inside inside the city, that are isolated within themselves, had a different feeling. The people that have to deal with the outsiders, which is the border tribe, they agree with them. So what does that say?
The border tribe was the men, right?
The border tribe was the men with the shields. Okay. Those are the people that deal with that protect the border to keep the outsiders out. So the people that deal with other people.
But he was also angry and upset because the man who killed his father too, I believe,
Claw.
was still, nobody was doing nothing about it. So he had a different agenda too. You know what I mean?
He did.
True.
So he was looking more. He was looking at it more like, okay, T'Challa lost. He's no longer the king. So now we can go for who did this.
No. But Claw was already dead by the time T'Challa lost the throne, though. So his motivation wasn't to look for Claw anymore. He just was feeling what old boy was talking about. And to me, that says a lot. Like, okay, y'all up here, like he said when he first walked in the throne, y'all up here comfortable. Y'all eating good. Like, y'all isolated from what's really going on out in the rest of the world.
Yeah, absolutely. I felt all that.
And even the spy, Lupita, played by Lupita Nyong'o, she had a different perspective on how what needs to happen outside of these borders. So that's how I maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong sometimes. It's not very often.
It's all
but,
right, man.
You know what I mean? But just the people that dealt with the outside world had a different opinion of the outside world than the people who are isolated themselves within Wakanda.
Yeah.
So maybe why you're saying these people are victims or they're angry, like maybe experience.
Not those people, Killmonger.
Okay, but just the people who are isolated and are only concerned with the Wakanda feel differently than the people who have to actually deal with the rest of the outside world.
That's by choice, though. We'll get to that. Anybody else got any thoughts about Killmonger?
I thought he was dope. I mean, I think we basically covered it. You know, I liked the Killmonger as a character because I
too.
felt
We
where he
all
was
felt
coming
it, yeah.
from him being American coming back to Africa.
Absolutely.
And I felt that because of me, like I said, going into it, I wouldn't even care to go back to Africa because I feel like they hate us. So, you know, it's kind of like, with me, it's kind of like Vegas and Cali. Like, they don't like us, we don't like them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we're so close.
Yeah.
So, with me, that's how I looked at it. So, that was a eye-opener, I guess you could say. It was an eye-opener to see that T'Challa was willing to accept Killmonger. Had Killmonger hadn't died, you know, he was telling them, like, you know, I can heal you.
Yeah, but you're going to be in bondage.
Yeah, but he was saying, like, that probably wouldn't have been the outcome. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so.
But he
I
never
think
denied it, though.
But he
He could
After
have
all of
told
that,
him.
after all of that happened, there was no way they were just gonna be walking side to side like, "Hey, man, look, man, we homies now." Nah.
how many? Okay, just speaking on movies, how many Marvels do we see that where the villain or something end up being cool or whatever? Like it happens sometime. Like in some cases.
To that degree, though.
I don't know if it happened to that degree, but I'm just saying he was willing to heal the man.
Yeah, but why though? That was his blood. This is my family. This ain't just
Yeah, he
a
said
dude.
this is my cousin.
Right. This ain't just somebody that's just trying to knock me off. This is my blood family. Like this is my
He admitted that his father was wrong.
right.
You know, so he was willing to help. I believe.
Would he have done that if this was just somebody off the street though?
I think if they wouldn't have had that first fight, it would have been a whole nother. But since he was so angry and he was like, "No, we gonna fight," because T'Challa didn't want to fight him. He wanted more of an understanding from him. I believe that's the way I viewed the movie.
Not when they were in the throne room though. In the throne room, he was just trying to get rid of
the throne room.
dude.
He's like, "I don't want to hear shit about you."
Yeah,
Right.
I don't give a
But now
shit.
this is my blood right, so now you have no choice but to hear what I'm talking about. Like I don't know. Like for me, Killmonger is the person. When I look at this movie, he's the person I identify with the most.
Absolutely.
Even though I'm not angry, I don't want to dominate. I don't want to take over the world or none of that extra. But when I look at the dialogue in the movie, if I feel like there's somebody who spoke for me, it was Killmonger.
I can admit
Right.
I'm very jaded, so I felt every line.
We
he
noticed.
said.
Yeah. And I
noticed.
feel Killmonger too, but at some point we have to let go of that hate and that anger. And it's not like let's kill all white people. It's like, okay, fuck that. We gonna build our own. We gonna do our own thing. Why are we so worried about them when we can be worried about
But
us?
again, it's like, how can you say let's let go of all that hate when shit continues to happen? I could see if it just stopped.
And I'm not
But
saying
shit
let
continues to
go. Like,
happen.
I'm not saying let it happen. But sometimes we can get so focused on white people and hurting them that it hurts us.
True.
So it's like at some point we got to let some of that shit go. Not let this bullshit happen. That's what's happening to us now still. But at some point we got to let that hate go.
But do you let it go without a resolution? Like
No,
that's what I'm saying.
no,
like
no,
Killmonger
no.
got his resolution. He became king. He got rid of T'Challa or whatever. He killed the man. He killed I can't think of Forrest Whitaker's character's name.
Yeah.
But like at what point, if without the resolution, at what point do you let it go? Like he got his resolution and then he became the king immediately. Like you can't say, "Oh, well, you got your resolution. Now it's time for you to start healing." Like I only got my resolution yesterday. Like shit, I need time. I'm human just like everybody else. If I've been hurting for the last 20+ years,
I agree with that.
and I just got my resolution yesterday, I can't be like, "All right, well, fuck it, I'm good now."
And that's
like,
where he should have let T'Challa help him.
but killing T'Challa was part of his resolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what makes him such a complex character. For me,
You killed my dad, my father.
But he didn't. His father did.
Yeah,
he was
but
willing
you
to
ain't
help.
Trying to hear that.
was
Sometimes
trying to-
you just not trying to hear that.
somebody got to pay for the sins
Eye
of the
for an eye,
father.
man.
Yeah.
We live by those principles.
We do, and it's self-destructive. I
But-
live by some of the same shit, but at some point I have to grow.
Yeah, but I will say that it's not about hating white people.
Yeah.
I think, like I said,
I love white people.
Our society have, we've come so we've gotten so comfortable with right, wrong, black, white. You know what I'm saying?
True.
But it's that gray area that nobody pays attention to.
True.
Mm-hmm.
White supremacy is just not about white people anymore because the system is so strong. Some of the biggest carriers of white supremacy look like us.
Absolutely.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily white people anymore. It's a system.
So I have a question for you. So you don't think him going into Wakanda and killing black people is not part of the white supremacist agenda?
Absolutely, and that's what I was
Okay.
saying. And that
Yeah.
was
Okay.
less about white people than it was the system. That was the system. He didn't. Yeah, white people was on his mind, but when he went to Wakanda, he had one objective on his mind, and that was to kill
T'Challa.
T'Challa.
I did like the fact I ain't hear nigga the whole movie. You would think a kid from Oakland would say nigga at least once.
Yeah.
But they said some other cringeworthy shit that we gonna get into.
Colonizers.
T'Challa, what y'all think of him?
I like T'Challa. I like him as a warrior. Like, I don't know if he was my king, I think I would kind of be like,
Yeah, he was a coon.
whoa.
Yeah, he was a coon. I mean, he's a lovable.
facts,
he was
everybody.
a lovable character, but come on now.
That was fat.
He represented a coon. Like, come on
He
now.
went for the gusto.
Man, I think I need a bathroom break. I don't know if I want to be associated with how this conversation is going.
God damn, I ain't even.
Man.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta call it how you see it.
Hey, you got to.
That's
Call
what
it
I
same
got
thing.
from it, though.
I need you to
That's what I
expound.
got.
I need
That's
you
what
to
I got
expound
from
on that, though. I need
That's
you to
what I got
expound on
from
that. You can't just say that and walk away. You got to expound on that one, brother.
He
like
he
a
let
body
he
blow.
let he let the white. First of all, he helped he brought the white man into Wakanda,
He did.
which they told him not to.
He did.
He brought him in. The same shit happened, like the church or whatever you want to call it, white Jesus. We let them into our I don't know what you want to call it, but you let white Jesus into our realm, and it fucked up a lot of shit.
Did we let white Jesus into the room, or did he?
It was beat into us. It was beat into us. But still, that can be a representation of that same thing of white Jesus, the white savior.
Ooh, this podcast getting kind of hot, baby.
So before we Vinci, god damn,
It's getting kind of hot in here,
Kenny,
baby.
what up, man?
Hey, I'm gonna let y'all take this.
Okay.
Right
to
on
me,
board.
That's what I got from
no,
it.
to me, I mean, you can call it that, you know what I mean? But, you know, he was, to me, the black intellectual. Normally we see them in college, or we see them with degrees, or we see them in positions of power that do not care what's going on around them.
Coon.
until it's swept on his porch. He was an isolationist at his core. He did not care what was going on around him. Whatever was in his little box, his little circle, his little four walls, that's what he cared about. Instead of, you know,
Like when he said, "I'm king of Wakanda, I'm not king of all nations."
well, we heard that before, huh? Who we heard that from? Yeah. You know, instead of helping the rest of the world, he kept Wakanda isolated from the rest of the continent and the world.
True.
But is that wrong though? Like,
Is it
I don't,
not?
I don't. Is that wrong? Is it?
I don't think
But
so.
that goes to the
I don't-
mindset.
wrong?
That goes to the mindset of us as black people. We all have different agendas. We can't unify on shit.
I think this goes with, who was it? Killer Mike saying, the problem is not that white folks is racist. The problem is we're not racist.
Absolutely.
So is it?
But we
wrong
were-
that he
we
was
were
like,
talking about-
this is my people.
Yeah, but
and here is my people, and I don't care about what's going on outside of my people.
Yeah, but see, when Killer Mike is saying it, he's looking at a broader perspective. When what's her name?
Okoye,
No, the other one.
Nakia.
When Nakia and Killmonger, they were talking about helping other oppressed melanated individuals outside of Wakanda, not white people.
Right,
People that
but-
look like us outside of
but what
Wakanda,
I'm
and he
saying
didn't
is-
want none of that.
What I'm saying is, I'm inside this world that my father taught me about this world. All I know is this world. You know, all T'Challa knew was his world.
True.
He didn't really know as much about that outside world until that outside world came onto his doorstep. Then he was willing to. He did towards the. You know, he did step out there and said, "I bought this building, and we're going to do this."
Yeah.
So once it was in his face, he was like, "You know what? I can be a part of that." But if
Facts.
I don't know, you can't be mad at me for
But
my
see,
ignorance.
I don't know if it wasn't that he didn't know because, damn man,
He
What's
didn't
her
even
name?
know that. He didn't even know that.
Nairobi?
He didn't even know that his
Nakia?
father.
Nakia, I'm sorry, Nakia. He rescued her from a mission. She said it to him quite a few times that we need to help other people.
She
So
did.
it's not that he did not know; he just chose not to listen
Yeah, but can you fault him?
until it was swept onto
Until
his
they
porch.
beat his ass. Like,
Can you fault him though? Like if you're talking about this is the one African nation that has not been conquered by outsiders, like why would you not want to preserve that?
Damn, why can't I remember her name, dude?
Nakia?
Yeah, there you go. But so to me, when I was watching it, Wakanda is like the black church. And the people of Wakanda are the congregation. They don't really care about what's going on around them. And if you're not a member of the congregation, like Killmonger, you're an outsider. You can't walk in the church and be like, I'm just here. I don't really believe right now, but I'm just here. Man, that lady with that sideways hat on and that wig going the other way, get out of it.
It depends on what church you're talking
What?
about. Not all
Any
churches
church.
are like
they
on
gonna
one
talk
side.
to you. They gonna talk to you now. If
What? Wait,
Yeah.
I was born and raised in the congregation, okay? Born and raised. I've seen all the ugliness. So I relate 100% to Wakanda, and I see the ugliness of Wakanda as well.
I don't think, like I say, I don't think it was wrong. I don't think he was wrong. I think he was protecting his people.
Absolutely.
And I think when he figured it, I think when you're ignorant, he was ignorant.
Very.
And once he was enlightened, fully enlightened, he realized like, hold up, okay, she was telling me, but now this dude then came in from the outside, if that's what you want to call it. This dude that came in from the outside and whooped my ass.
He did that.
Like, this dude is actually a challenge. Let me take heed to what he was telling me as he whooped my ass.
A good ass whooping to open your eyes sometimes.
Okay, so now we can get to the parts that I hated.
Let's go.
What parts did you hate?
I hated that they threw that motherfucking white man in the middle of all that melanation. Now,
Well, he's the
you couldn't have a whole movie without a white savior and was supposed to be a black superhero movie.
the white savior part. I agree with you on, but like he connects
fuck
this
that.
movie to the last movie though.
But see,
he connects this
but you
movie to the
see,
last movie.
Now
though.
we're talking about imagery. Now we have a black superhero movie. What was T'Challa doing at the end of this movie? What was he doing at the end of this movie?
Giving a speech.
No. Prior to it being over with, what was he doing? He was fighting.
Yeah.
The white man was saving the
world.
quote unquote world by shooting down the little planes. Now, no, like I said, no disrespect to your family, but when the white man was doing that and he did it, the whole theater erupted in clapping.
Facts.
That goes to our mindset. So if we're gonna talk about imagery, we have to talk about it as a whole.
But then the whole theater was kind of like liking Killmonger, so seeing him die and get whooped was kind of like
But at the end, what you seen was us fighting
each other,
and the white man ended up saving the world. That is what you seen in what was supposed to be a black superhero movie.
I agree with that.
But is that a point though? Is that the point he was trying to convey, Ryan Coogler?
I doubt it. That's why I'm like,
He doesn't have to. It's in us.
I
know it's in us, but is he trying to wake people up? Because some of us are woke. Not everybody thinks like that.
What are you waking people up by saying, okay, in this black superhero movie that we've been marketing to black people for months and months and months, but at the end of it, Black Panther isn't the one who saved the world.
It's
the white man.
It's mirroring that image of you guys see that you guys need a
fuck
white
that.
savior, or you want a white savior to come save you when that's not the case, or it shouldn't be the case.
I mean, like I said, I see it from your perspective because they did give the white man all the tools to save the world.
Yes, while Black Panther was fighting.
Could have put anybody in that seat.
While he was fighting. That says a lot about the imagery we're looking at as well.
I agree on the white savior complex part. But I mean, if you're speaking from a Marvel complex, I mean, like he connected. All these movies are connected. Can we agree on that? They're all working towards the Avengers. So you have to have a connection from one film.
So
to
why
the
couldn't
next.
Why couldn't it be his sister who did that? His sister was wilding out at the end.
She was fighting too.
So why couldn't she be the one to shoot them down? Why? Why couldn't it be the goddess with the spear?
Because she needed to really fight. That white man couldn't fight.
And it was at the end of the day, it was her technology, it was her know-how. She
That's what
made
I
it. She made it American style.
She
Like
gave the white man all the tools.
she gave him all the tools.
She gave him all the tools to
succeed.
And that's what we do.
That's a whole
And that's why I'm saying I'm not disagreeing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not disagreeing. So, but I don't want to fully agree. I kind of want to be.
I think I'm on the same way. I think I'm on the
Yeah,
same
you
way.
want to be the asshole, but it's the truth.
I
It
saw-
shows where we are mentally, man.
I saw
The
that.
whole movie theater started clapping.
They did.
I don't think in my movie theater they did that.
Oh, my movie theater, they went crazy. It was like all my family too. I rented out the movie theater, invited Dante and his family to come. First off, my auntie was making a lot of crazy gestures, but prior to her, without her calling men sexy and all that weird stuff within the movie, soon as that happened, they was like, clap, clap,
That
clap,
one
clap,
part.
clap, 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 clap.
Yeah, they clapped at the end. I mean, we all clapped at the end because it was a great movie. But they wasn't clapping for T'Challa at the end because he ain't do shit. He was fighting. When it came to really, if you're gonna say I wanna have a black superhero and my kids are looking at a black superhero, then show what a black superhero does. At the end, all he was really doing was fighting his own people.
Yeah, but that's a matter of perspective, though. Like, was he fighting his own people, or was he containing the evil?
But that goes to a bigger. See, I'm thinking about bigger. When we're talking about kids in this movie theater, they're not looking at perspective. What they're seeing at the end of this movie is a bunch of black people fighting, and then the white man saves the world.
I don't think a kid would look at it like that.
I would have
though.
to go back and talk to my daughter, but I don't think that my daughter looked at that. You know,
I don't think mine.
She was
did
so
either.
big on the girl doing.
Yeah, I
know,
hear you.
She was big on that. She was big on all the women.
And that's
so
perspective.
she
That
never
they could be
really paid
superheroes
attention.
for her.
Yeah, she never really paid attention to the white man. She was more so like, she was like, even when we was leaving, she was like, Dad, did you see all the the gadgets she made and how she did this? Like, she was more on that. Like,
Well, like I have mine. You know what I'm saying? Mine. They're a lot more enlightened probably than most as far as social issues go.
right.
They didn't talk bad about the movie either, but that part stuck out. It stuck out like a sore thumb.
It stands out. It do stand out.
Like, if I want my kids to see a black superhero movie,
I think it stand out.
a black superhero movie, all is melanin, all is this beautiful imagery. Show him that he is a superhero. But what the kids seen was just what we do in real life: a bunch of infighting, and then the white man comes in, bow 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 bow, saves the world, clapping.
Maybe the superhero dies at the end. Killmonger was my superhero. So
Yeah, but a lot of kids dressed up like Black Panther. And when you look at it, like if you take just Black Panther. We just talking about Black Panther, right?
Mhm.
Okay, all these kids dressed up like Black Panther. Besides the amazing suit, tell me one thing he did that the kids would be like, "Damn, I want to be just like him." Point one out.
He had to go see his ancestors.
So did Killmonger though. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm asking.
He had a totally different
I'm
experience,
asking.
though.
Besides the suit, we're talking about imagery here.
Mm-hmm.
Besides the suit, tell me one thing he did as a superhero where the kids could be like, "I want to be just like him." Just give me one.
As a superhero, like superheroes aren't really that complex, though.
Yeah,
Do we have this conversation when it's Batman?
Hell yeah, he do some superhero shit.
No. What does he do?
What?
What does he do?
Hey, he is out there kicking ass. He's saving people. All that shit.
T'Challa didn't do that.
No.
Why he didn't? He didn't say at the beginning of the movie. He didn't say.
T'Challa got beat up, had a pilgrimage, came back.
He didn't save the
Did
refugees.
Batman not get beat up?
Batman got his ass.
Yeah,
whipped.
but he came back though, and you know what I'm saying? He did his thing. Now don't get me wrong now. No, now we talking about a white man. Don't get me wrong now. I love my people to death. You know what I'm saying? But when we talking about Batman, are we talking about Iron Man? Are we talking about Hulk? Are we talking about any of these? They portray them in ways where they are doing something where the kids can be like, "Wow, I want to be just like him."
Like what? Like
You know what? I feel like I feel like the superheroes was the women. Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If the winners of this movie was the women,
yeah, I think like it should have been about like the women was the superheroes because I feel like his sister, what's her name again?
Shuri.
Siri. I feel like Siri in the movie, her telling him get in there and you do this. I feel like she provided everything for the
Absolutely.
movie. You
She
know
was
what
the
I'm saying?
backbone.
Yeah.
Like to
She
me,
was the
she's the
backbone.
superhero. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like
absolutely.
she saved the world to me because without her, he don't even get that chance
Yeah.
to save the world.
Absolutely.
And she kept coming back. Like every time, like even when he was down, when T'Challa got whooped, she still was like trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
she was the superhero to me in the movie.
okay. The first fighting scene between T'Challa and Killmonger was epic. Like I was at the edge of my seat. Like, you know what I'm saying? When Killmonger took his shirt off and got he was showing you his little war wounds and shit.
That turn you
No,
on?
pause.
Okay.
Huge pause.
Talking about
But
taking his shirt
when he
off.
took his shirt off, man, you saw his little war wounds, and he was like, "Look, I came here for one reason." I was like, "Yeah, these motherfuckers finna get down."
Yeah.
And that I was like at the edge of my seat, and I was telling y'all prior to the podcast, like the only one that almost rivaled the fighting scene between Batman and Bane in The Dark Knight Rises.
I like the coming
That is
in and
top
coming
5 fighting scene ever to me.
As far as the action itself,
That Batman and Bane fight in The Dark Knight Rises is top 5 ever.
but you're a Batman fan, so you have a bias that.
But he got, and he got his fucking back broke. But I'm saying that just,
I can't trust you with
dude, that was a one-on-one fight, no music.
I can't trust
no music.
I can't trust you with the Batman bias right now. 'Cause that's
Dude.
the second time in like 2 minutes that you put you put
That was
Batman on the pedestal
look,
that you
look,
didn't
man.
put T'Challa on. Batman, and you know what I did see T'Challa do that I didn't see Batman do?
What?
Pursue one woman. Batman got a bunch of bitches in every movie.
Hey,
Excuse my
Quincy Jones, baby.
My family listening. Excuse my words. Excuse my
Man,
word
look.
choice. But Batman have a bunch of bitches in every
Look.
movie. I seen T'Challa chase one
Yeah.
woman, one queen.
We Quincy Jones around here.
Nah, fuck all
But look,
that.
man, it was a one-on-one fight. There was no music. All you heard was sound effects.
Get up, Kane. That's all I can hear. Don't die, Kane. That's all I can think about.
Hey, man. But and the second fight scene was a bit too cartoonish and it wasn't as powerful.
It was a comic book. At the end of the
I
day,
hated that
all this
second.
is based
it
on the
was
comic
too
book.
fast. Like you,
To me,
Killmonger
it's-
beat the shit out of.
and it's like they didn't get the fight. To me,
And
it was like
they wasn't even.
it was like T'Challa was like, "Look, I can't whoop this dude, so I'm gonna need y'all to help me out with all
That's
the
smart,
stuff
though.
he don't know about."
That's smart though.
Man, that shit was trash, man.
I think he should have came back and he should have fought him, Black Panther to Black Panther, and he should have won that fight the way that Killmonger won the other fight.
It wouldn't have happened because we both have the Black Panther super strength or whatever. Like
Yeah, they went
second
down there
fight-
for a reason,
Yeah.
so he couldn't use that shit.
I know
But
that.
it just got like the CGI shit, like all that shit. It just became too cartoonish, and it wasn't
It's
as
a
powerful as the first one. Like, dude, that first fight scene was epic.
But was it epic because it was a great fight scene, or was it epic because of what it represented?
Emotionally, the
There
way
you
they
go.
represented it.
There
and
you
then
go.
The second one was like, hey man, like on some Power Ranger shit.
It's a comic
Man,
book.
fuck, man, you can't.
It's a comic book.
After that first fight scene, that's what you come with.
It's a comic
Come
book.
on, man. But the cringeworthy shit, Claw, the SoundCloud joke, that shit was cringeworthy.
Which part?
Just I'm gonna give you my link to my
Talking about his
SoundCloud.
mixtape.
Yeah.
Joking about a mixtape.
No, I think he really had a mixtape. I think when I watched the movie twice, I think he really was serious.
And then you know, as far as movies go, like I love black movies, but I don't like black movies that purposely put in these corny taglines to say we're marketing it to you.
Well, like what?
When she said, "What are those?"
That shit was comedy.
That shit was trash.
That shit was
Man, why are you
comedy.
fucking
What are
serious right now?
those?
Why are you
That shit-
fucking serious?
That shit was comedy. I saw the movie twice, and like,
That shit was
the,
funny
The
to you.
first time it was pretty much
That
nothing
shit was
but
funny
black
to you.
people. Yes, I laughed both times. Like the first time I saw it, it was pretty
Tristan,
much
you laughed at that?
it was everything but
I
about
laughed.
5 people.
It was mad white
outta
people
here, man.
in there when I seen it, and
See-
they laughed. But
The second time I
That
seen
don't-
it,
that
it was
don't
mostly
tell-
white.
that
It was
don't-
it was
yeah,
a
it
mix,
was
and
mad
they
white
laughed.
people.
That shit was hilarious.
And then there were 2 endings to the film, but the first one where T'Challa had a conference about sharing his resources to the world. Can we agree that that is a horrible fucking idea? To the world?
I believe so.
That is a
he's a coon. That come on,
Whoa.
man. Exactly what the fuck I'm talking
That
about.
was
Hey,
fast.
man,
Nigga finna share all the resources with the white people.
and then it goes
Come
back
on,
to
man.
and then it goes back to representation. The man asked him, "What can we learn from Wakanda?" And he said, "How to farm." Like
Yeah,
it goes back to
But that was intentional. We intentionally represented ourselves to be this because we don't want y'all stealing our shit.
But it's like it's shit like that makes imagery less important because we know what's behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like we need true power in this society, not just imagery.
Yeah, but how do you get to that point? Like you can't just say we need power without having a roadmap. So if this imagery gives us a roadmap to get there,
I mean, it's all in making it a conversation. Like I just seen I mean, I'm speaking way off, but I seen the dude Stretch. Y'all know
Absolutely.
Stretch.
Yeah,
I seen
that's my
Stretch
man.
go live, and I seen Stretch speaking on the black churches, and by him saying like I'm a black church member, but we are a fellow in the community. So I think it all comes into conversation when you got the inside of the church coming out and saying stuff like that, it's gonna
Yeah.
it's gonna open some eyes.
I mean, we
So-
may
Absolutely.
we may be against religion. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us may be against religion, but I'm not naive to the fact that the church, the black church, holds so much power.
Absolutely.
And that
does.
power is not going anywhere. And to render it useless to our community is disheartening. You know what I'm saying? That's Wakanda.
Shout out to Stretch if you listen.
Shout out to my man Stretch.
Shout out to you.
I seen a lot of Lion King imagery in this movie,
Yes.
especially when he was talking to his pops. That whole scene, the fighting scene under the, I don't know what it was, like the little subway joint.
My dad said he was gonna let me see the sunrise.
That, you know what I'm saying? That was like, that's the end of Lion King.
True.
Was Michael B. Jordan a fail as an actor like a lot of people
No.
are putting out there? Okay.
No, and that's because the man is from Oakland. His character is from Oakland. He wasn't going to be just. He wasn't going to be an African.
He could have done better.
He
Stole the show to me.
stole every scene he was
oh
into
boy,
me.
oh boy, what is the
He even turned
the
and he
gorilla
started
Gorilla
speaking
King
in their
dude
native
killed it
tongue.
for me.
Jabbar.
Yeah, he killed it for
Jabbar,
me.
Yeah.
Which one is that?
That
The one
buff,
that
yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
dude
was a
kinda-
scene that kind of stuck out. But as far as like acting goes, scenes, Michael, you got to give it to Michael B. Jordan, man.
Michael B. Jordan.
He did his thing.
He did his thing, and then
he went to
turned-
another level
He
on
still
this one.
and he spoke in their native tongue.
That part was when he was like,
Hey, auntie.
"Tell him who I am."
Hey,
Yeah.
auntie.
Tell him
Yeah,
who I
that
am.
was intense.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, hey man, look.
I mean, he stood. He was
I'll
being
give
a
you that.
kid from Oakland. He's from Oakland, so he was really playing him.
Yeah,
Like he was really being himself in the movie. So that one part is where you gotta judge him as an actor. Him being able to speak in their native tongue the way he did it, and him like that was major. You know what I'm saying? Like the rest of the movie, he was being himself. He was being who he is as a man every day.
All right, man, closing this out, if this movie shows anything, it shows the power of our dollar. You know what I'm saying? This
True.
movie is breaking records,
Left and right.
shattering,
Left and right.
mainly because of us.
So are we gonna try to get all the kids to go? Are we looking at that?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm saying it's so important. This movie, because honestly, we know none of this money is going towards anything in our community.
True.
But this right here is like the blueprint. Like we know it can be done.
I mean, to me, this is the seed. If we get
Yeah.
enough kids to go watch this, with a lot of people is taking kids that can't afford it or whatever to go see
Yeah.
the movie, right? So to me, it's the seed. It's the showing the kids like one of y'all can make one of these movies. You know what I'm saying? Because at one time there was a black comic book, right, produced by black people or whatever, and it was rushed off the stands ASAP. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
What comic book was this?
Shit,
I
I
have to
don't
go and do the research again, so I will have that for you. But it was a black comic book. I was watching a special. It was a special on Marvel with Stan Lee speaking,
Mhm.
and they spoke on that it was a black comic book, and it was picturing black superheroes and all that. Within the time of him doing Marvel, they like came in the middle, and around the same time that you had the black in New York with the black stock market and all that, the black all that around that same time
Black
they had
Wall Street.
Around the time you had the Black Wall Street, they had a black comic book at that time. So this would show kids of this era when they're going to see that movie,
See-
like, well, you can create this.
Yeah. Okay, see, I'm gonna show you like the difference in perspective, right? So when we go in the movie, right, and our kids are sitting next to us, we like, they dressed up like Black Panther, you know what I mean? And all, he's a superhero. They all excited about Black Panther, right?
Right.
Right.
Now, a white family goes into the same movie theater, right? A white family goes into the same movie theater. In that casino scene, Stan Lee makes a cameo at the
Correct.
crap table,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
Now, as a black parent, I have to be like, that's, my kids dressed up like Black Panther. And I'm like, yeah, that's Black Panther right there. And they watching him. But the power in when the white family tells his son or his daughter, when they see Stan Lee and point him out, be like, that's the man who made it all. That's what we're missing. That's the
they bring
man
him in
who-
every movie.
Yeah, but when you say that's the man who makes all of this,
Right.
that's what we need.
I agree.
That's the difference between imagery and power. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you on that.
But okay, so we gonna get off of that shit. If you have not seen the movie yet, we so sorry, but we're not really sorry.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
It's too
hella
late.
spoiler.
Still go watch it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or you better yet,
Still
go
a good
watch
movie.
it and then re-listen to the podcast.
And support your local bootleg, man, if you can.
Nah,
Nah, don't do that.
Not on this one.
Don't
Go-
do that.
Go support this with your,
Don't
with your
do that.
dollars, man.
Don't do that.
Now you
You know,
supporting your brother.
it's on a Fire Stick in HD. It's been on Fire Stick in HD like forever. That had pissed me off when I found out.
Nah,
LeBron,
man.
KD, and
Oh yeah.
Laura Ingraham, the Fox News anchor. We got that clip.
Yeah.
Let's run it.
I ain't know where we was going. Hold on. Keep on.
All right,
What if I-
while we
I
wait
know-
on
I
while we
didn't
wait
know
on
it
the
was going
clip,
next.
I want to go ahead and I want to get to a section I want to call straight from the viewers. Earlier today, I went live on Facebook and I asked some of our viewers, what do you think we should talk about, on the podcast that you think we might miss? And I got a couple suggestions, so I just want to go over them. The first one was from Ashton Sanders. And he asked, what about all the sexual harassment suits that are coming up? Like I saw earlier today, that there was an article on ESPN about an article on Sports Illustrated about how there's, I guess, a rape culture. With the women in the Dallas Mavericks organization said there's a rape culture.
Yeah.
With everything that's been going on, how do y'all feel about that?
You want to break it down first, Fats?
I don't feel I mean, I feel a way about it, but I don't know
Okay.
the
Let me-
details.
Let me break my opinion.
Okay.
Right? Let me break my opinion down. Do I think it happens? Absolutely. We were raised in it.
Okay.
We were raised in rape culture or sexual harassment culture. Freak Nick. You got Freak Nick. You got the Nelly video.
Do you want to go back further than that? 1776 when they raped the slaves.
Yeah, I mean we can't go
do
back,
we
but
wanna
I'm
go
saying
all
we
the way
were
back?
raised in it. We know it happens, right?
True.
And to every woman that's going through it, I'm so sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like we know that there are men who use their power for sex. We know this.
True.
Now, the Me Too movement, right?
Right.
The Me Too movement, great movement.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Amazing movement. But the part that here comes the problem. Aziz Ansari,
Mhm.
whatever, I think that's his name.
Yeah, Aziz Ansari.
Okay. Well, he had the situation where he was basically trying to, come up on the girl. She really wasn't having it, but she was at his house, so-called giving him head, but she just wasn't feeling it, right? She goes back and said that's sexual assault. All it was a bad date, in my opinion, after reading the article and looking into it, right?
Which happens.
So that goes to say, well, now I think that story right there kind of waters down what the movement
Is about.
Because now you're talking about men using their power to take from women, right? But now in the same breath, you've just gave women all of this power to say what men are doing, and they lose everything.
That happens but I think that happens with everything though. Like once you take the group that are the oppressed and make them the oppressors, they then do to the oppressors. They then become like when like I like with the cyberbullying thing. Like we're not going for cyberbullying. So now instead of we were the victims. So now we're gonna victimize you. Now we're gonna if you were a bully. Now we're gonna make you feel how we felt.
Absolutely, and it's just a big mess.
Pretty much.
It's a big mess.
Pretty much.
That's how I feel about it. Vin, Skinny, we ready? All right, let's go.
The jump doc alert. NBA superstar LeBron James is talking politics again, and this time it's R-rated. Here's his barely intelligible, not to mention ungrammatical take on President Trump in a new ESPN podcast.
The number one job in America, the point of person, is someone who doesn't understand the people and really don't give a about the people.
But wait, there's more gripping insight. ESPN host Carrie Champion asked James and fellow NBA star Kevin Durant about what she described as Trump's racist comments.
I feel like our team as a country is not ran by a great coach. It's not even a surprise when he says something. It's not even a surprise. It's like laughable. It's like
it's laughable.
It's laughable and it's scary.
But it's also scary because I shouldn't be numb to your racist comments.
Right.
I shouldn't be numb to your behavior.
So, they address Trump's rhetoric and how it has led to some racists basically feeling comfortable and emboldened enough to come out and share their perspectives.
Oh, man. They don't even got the shut up and dribble part.
Well, fuck it. She ended with, basically she ended with shut up and dribble. Right? Said he wasn't articulate enough.
Because he didn't go to college.
Because he didn't go to college. Okay. Was this racist?
It was offensive, but I do want to say we have to stop jumping at everything these people say to us in the media because they're going to troll us every single time. If you jump with your emotions, they're going to troll us every single time. Second of all, it's Fox News. Do we expect anything different? It's fucking Fox News.
I'm pretty much of the same mindset like you. Like, look, consider the source. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, this is their job. This is anytime you're in opposition to Trump, it's their job to offer a rebuttal of a narrative. So she did what I would expect her to do.
In my opinion, man, it depends on how you look at it. If you don't really know her get down, then I guess you can feel that way. My people, black people as a whole, we're just very defensive anyways.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So when we feel like someone is challenging us, we do tend to say it's racist. You know what I'm saying? But more often than not, many elites do feel this way. Mm-hmm. As far as she goes, I believe she was trying to marginalize LeBron based on profession, not race. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She did tell Coach Pop, when Coach Pop was, giving his little speeches, she did tell him to shut up and coach. Right. The Dixie Chicks, I forgot what they said or what they did, but I do remember vividly she telling them to shut up and sing.
So that's just her.
You know what I mean? That's her get down.
Right.
So to me, you know what I mean? She's attempting to marginalize them based on their profession.
Not even their profession, just their political views. Like anybody that's in opposition to the right, that's what I take it as. Like, again, this is Fox News, so they're right wing media outlet.
Now she did. I think she tweeted back. She tweeted whatever. She wasn't trying to shoot. It wasn't racist. Blah blah blah. But she did attempt to invite him on her show. Now that is where now you opening that door to you trying to humiliate this man on TV now.
Facts, because those things are never moderated the way.
Yeah, she's trying to humiliate him in an articulate fashion
and gain viewership,
which that can be racist to me.
And gain viewership,
like
I to me, I've never heard of this person. So if she hadn't said it about LeBron, it wouldn't. Yeah. She wouldn't. Well,
she rambles all the time. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, are you saying this black man can't voice his opinion because you feel he's not the best at articulating, or because he dribbles a ball?
I'm pretty sure if it. I'm of the mindset that if it was Danica Patrick saying the same thing, I don't think it would be. I don't think she would have the same reaction. Yeah. It wouldn't have the same visceral feel to it. Like, it wouldn't be like, oh my God, she attacked him.
Yeah, and you fucked up as a white person when Charles Barkley Kunas got something to say about you.
Yeah, man, but
there's that word again.
Inviting LeBron on the show, now you got to call out her intentions, and for the most part, her audience is all racist motherfuckers.
Man, fuck Fox News and the audience.
But we got to put this out here, man. College degrees do not equate to intelligence. It doesn't. I know some dumbass motherfuckers that got doctorates.
When LeBron has he had spoke on it too when he was saying like all she did was raise for
my
us.
profile.
Yeah, that's all
pretty
she
much.
really did. Like I'm looking for that. See, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me cue this up real quick.
I actually laughed first when I first saw the reports, and then I watched the video and I saw exactly how it was put off. Well, first of all, I had no idea who she is or what she do until she won in that case because now I know who she is. It's for her to go up there and say what she said. First of all, I mean, I would have had a little bit more respect for her if she would have actually wrote those words. She probably said it right off the teleprompter. But that's okay. We live in we're back to everything I've been talking about over the last few years. So it lets me know that, everything I've been saying is correct for her to have that type of reaction. But we will definitely not shut up and dribble. I would definitely not do that. I mean too much to society. I mean too much to the youth. I mean too much to to so many kids that feel like they don't have a way out and they need someone to help lead them out of the situation they're in. Also, wish you would have did a little bit more fact checking because I actually did finish high school and didn't leave early. I graduated high school. To be an African American kid.
That's where it cut off at.
Yeah, man. Say no more.
Shout out to LeBron with that high school degree.
I don't really want to get into this subject, but there's a lot of shit that's been coming out about this Nicholas Cruz cat, the 19-year-old who shot up this school, killed 17 students.
It's a meme out that's like kind of, I don't know if y'all seen it. It pissed me off. It got like down by 17. Who do you pick? And they got like a picture of him and like a picture of 5 shooters and shit. Like
disrespectful. My question is, his adopted parents knew that he had an arsenal, and they thought it was okay just because he had a key to this motherfucker. This dude is walking around depressed, getting kicked out of school. Why does a 19-year-old have an AR-15?
It's legal in Florida. But one thing I do,
19-year-old though.
Yeah, one thing I do want to say is, when are we gonna stop blaming guns and start looking at the mental health issue aspect of everything? Because we want to say guns, but we want to ignore the mental health problems. When do we get free mental health clinics? When do we start teaching these kids about mental health in school? When, as parents, do we start talking to our kids about mental health?
They bring up mental health when it's a white person.
That's
yeah,
the first thing they go to.
And that's the thing. I don't have a problem with that as long as black people get the same courtesy, because we go through a lot of shit. I'm not gonna say our plight is worse, but a lot of shit happens to us where we do become angry and we do have these mental health issues that we want to take out on the world. As long as we get that same courtesy, I'm good.
We ain't shooting up no schools though.
Yeah, we not, but we are doing.
Nigga
I'm not
shit.
gonna speak about. Yeah, we do some other stuff.
Nigga shit.
So
That's
yeah,
what I call it.
yeah, I'm not gonna.
There are rumors. Oh no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
To go into what you said about mental health, I think we have to change the stigma on how we view mental health.
Exactly.
For us, if you say I'm going to a therapist, that's a roast session ready to happen. Like, white people go to, I can't speak for all white people. And I love y'all white people. But like if you say, if as a white person, you say I'm going to a therapist, they think something, you looking for help. You're trying to get better.
Yeah, like get coached into it. Like you see a lot of white people on different, like just speaking, they get coached into maybe you need therapy.
Yeah.
We don't get coached into that. We like, you know what I'm saying?
Shut man up. Like I know I had a little issue that I had to go see a therapist about or whatever. And when I tried to talk to probably the one person I've ever looked in my life to advice for. That was what I was told was man up. I said, damn.
Yeah.
Like, fuck what I'm going through. Just man up, huh? That's your advice? Like, fuck. So I think, in the black community, we don't look at therapy as something to get better. We look at it as something's wrong with you.
I mean, that's kind of like another reason why I started following Joe Budden a little more, because he speak on the mental health issues.
I have a therapist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I've went to therapy too.
I mean, it's to when I'm going through is grief therapy, but you see the stigma when you start talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, there is a strong stigma out there. Like, that's not cool. Like, that's kind of like of the devil type shit.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Having gone to one, like, it's certain shit that I'm gonna tell this complete stranger that I might not tell you.
But this is for shit that, we not talking about shooting up no schools. So, like, why do the media keep? That's like within the first hour. They're bringing up this man's like mental issues. That's like
as opposed to his criminal record.
Yeah, like they,
yeah, he got expelled from school, made threats. Yeah.
There are rumors that that he joined a white supremacist group, and that they trained him. I'm not sure how much truth there is to that, but in text messages, he did mention that he hated Jews, he hated niggers. That's his words, and Mexicans. So I guess, that isn't too far-fetched.
So he's a terrorist.
He talked about killing Mexicans and keeping black people in chains and cutting our necks. He also hated white women.
Sounds painful.
He also hated white women who are in interracial relationships.
I love them. Hi, white women.
So far, the FBI is apologizing for dropping the ball after they received a tip back in January.
Yeah.
And didn't act on it.
Wow. Well,
so is it just?
I'm gonna leave them alone because I don't.
When
want
it comes
smoke.
to the FBI, is that just
FBI?
Is that just a fuck up, or did privilege give this kid the benefit of the doubt?
Oh, the privilege definitely played a part. I don't want no smoke with the FBI, so that's Spence talking.
The FBI fucked up. They fuck up on a lot of things,
and that's fact.
Yeah.
White rage is a huge issue in America that has largely gone undressed. Like, all of these mass killings are done by white men, and they're labeled mentally unstable.
Look who controls the narrative. History is written by the victors. So if we own the media outlets, that's the image we want to portray.
Speaking of the media, man, they do an amazing job at humanizing these people to the point that they look like the victims that we overlooked.
Oh, we saw that with the rape guy. The rape guy from Stanford, the swimmer that raped the girl, and they had him looking like, oh my God, like he's in jail. Like, yeah, motherfucker, that's where rapists go. Like, where y'all want him to go? To the YMCA?
I do want to mention, 3 of the deadliest mass shootings have happened in the last 5 months.
Yeah, man, it's getting worse.
And one they just completely quit talking about, the one in Vegas.
Yeah.
They're just ignoring that.
I did see an article floating around that, teachers should start arming themselves. And that's the dumbest fucking idea ever.
We don't have the budget for that. They fucking cutting teachers now. We got 40 fucking kids in a classroom, and we gonna pay teachers.
An armed person with no experience ain't really gonna help nothing anyway. Like, even if I'm armed and scary, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna go duck behind.
You want to make the same mistake police did when they're scared.
But I'm saying, if a motherfucker come in there with an AR-15, what are you doing with a handgun anyway?
I don't know.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
But
to me, it's more the mindset.
Not even finna step up like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what teacher gonna step up and go gun to gun with the guns like that?
Can you imagine the schools on the west side having armed teachers?
I don't know, but working in the
instead of going
district,
to the dean, I'm gonna shoot your motherfucking ass.
Working in the district, a couple of these kids could definitely use a bullet in the ass.
You know what I'm saying?
That definitely would help a few.
Teachers be stressed out, drinking 10 cups of coffee a day.
No, that might actually help work morale. Look, if Eric ass cut me off in the middle of explaining these quantum theories, I'm gonna pop his ass today. I'm not fucking with him today.
That's dangerous. But man, we're gonna get off all this. God bless the dead, man. God bless the dead.
Absolutely.
Our thoughts and prayers are with the families.
Absolutely.
NBA All-Star Weekend. Did any of y'all check shit out?
I did. I watched the dunk contest and I watched half of the All-Star game.
Man, I didn't look. I went back and I watched some highlights. Like I know that Quavo is the MVP.
I saw that.
And I went and watched like his little highlights of seeing him play and stuff. Like that was about it. Like I watched the highlights of the main game, the team LeBron and Steph.
Did you watch the introductions? The introductions was probably the best part to me.
I didn't get to see
because Kevin Hart was kind of like he kind of was bagging on everybody as he introduced them, all the players.
I heard, that shit was cringeworthy. Whatever
it was funny to me.
I need to go and look online and see it. I didn't watch nothing. Like my weekend was so busy, I didn't have time to do literally nothing. I never sat down this weekend.
Well, shout out to Quavo. He put in 19 points to win the MVP in the celebrity game, and then I seen he tossed somebody shit too. I think it was a woman though. I think so. I think it was a woman.
It probably was.
He probably ended up fucking her after anyway. Like,
he probably did. I ain't mad at him.
You know what I'm saying? I know I tossed your shit, but can I toss your shit? You know
I mean, it's all-star.
Team World defeats USA 124.
And it was bad. Oh my God. I watched a little piece of that and the world kids were killing the US kids. Like, God damn. It was bad. It made me feel bad as an American. I haven't felt like this since Trump was inaugurated.
I didn't even pay no attention to that. So what was that? It was kids?
No, it's like basically rookies and sophomores, I think. But it's like the kids that were born like Ben Simmons is a world kid. Laurie Markkinen, I think he's from like Sweden or something like that. He's a world kid. Jamal Murray is like Canadian. So like if you were born somewhere outside of the continental US, I think they considered you a world, team player as opposed to kids that were born in the continental U.S. And it was terrible. It was like terribly lopsided. I felt so, again, I haven't felt this way since Trump took office. I was like, goodness, I've never been this disappointed in America.
Spencer Dinwiddie wins the skills challenge. I watched like 5 minutes of that shit and turned it off.
Yeah, that shit is trash.
The All-Star weekend was trash.
It's a circus act.
Devin Booker breaks the 3-point shooting contest record with 28.
I did
dig, him and Clay going at it.
Yeah,
I dig that.
That's a
I
good
like
matchup.
that. Donovan Mitchell wins the slam dunk contest. The slam dunk contest was.
I think the slam dunk contest, like the past 2 years, was decent. Like they had,
it was decent.
It was a lot of creativity, so I liked it.
Nan should have won that.
This one, they didn't really have too much. Like from the highlights that I seen, it wasn't a lot of creativity in it. The dude putting on the Black Panther mask and missing the dunk.
Oladipo, yeah.
They say Dennis Smith got robbed. I don't know. I think
Donovan Mitchell won. It's hard for a big man, like you said. Larry Nance should have won. It's hard for a big man.
I felt Larry
to
Nance
win.
got robbed too,
when
and I was
threw that
going
shit
for
off
him.
the backboard.
That was nice. That was nice.
That shit was hard.
It was underrated. Like you couldn't watching it in regular speed, you couldn't tell. Once you saw it in slow motion, it was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was hard.
The All-Star game was pretty good though.
Yeah, it was decent.
Actually, a little bit of defense. It was actually a little bit of defense play. You know what I'm saying? The last 6 minutes of the game, it was very fucking intense, bro.
You couldn't tell by the final score though, but like, yeah, it was the last few minutes.
Yeah, the last 6 minutes, I was like, yeah, they going at it.
And LeBron had kind of said that in the interview before the All-Star game, was like, we're gonna try to add the defense. Matter of fact, he said that on the
but it was throughout. It was
throughout the game though.
It was throughout the whole game.
Normally they wait till the fourth quarter.
The score really doesn't depict on what we seen on the floor, but like because they was playing all right defense. Now it wasn't like intense like playoff defense, but they was playing all right defense, and you was actually looking forward to somebody fucking up or missing something.
But see,
instead of before it was like, come on.
He said that in that full interview with the lady, the champion lady, he said he spoke on that, like trying to add more defense to the All-Star.
Nah, but like they don't look at it as a real game. Like that goes back to the AAU culture we were talking about earlier. Like, y'all homeboys, so y'all not gonna really go out here and go at each other. Like Michael Jordan them used to be like, nigga, fuck all that. Even though this is regular, even though this don't count for shit, I'm gonna go at your neck.
Yeah.
So I need them to, but like I think for next year they need to change it. Like again, my suggestion was they do the draft right at center court. Like whoever, if it's Steph and LeBron again, then okay, we don't know who's gonna be on whose team until we get to center court and we say, okay, you on my team now.
How do they pick the team captains?
They didn't even show it, man. That was trash.
They
show that
it
shit, man.
But they picked team captains. It was based on like East and West. So LeBron got the most votes out of all the East players. Steph got the most votes out of all the West players. So they kind of kept the East and West thing kind of going, but it just was untraditional as far as how they played the team. But again, I think they should do it open gym style and say this he's on my team right now. Like
yeah. Even if it's pre-recorded, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, do that shit right as
after
the national anthem. After the national introduce all of them as just whoever, and then sing the national anthem. Then you go to center court and say, okay, we gonna flip a coin. Oh, you got first pick. You pick like that. Like do it like that. Like that. To me, that'll add more drama to the game because it's like okay, like nigga, you had the chance to pick me and you didn't. Now I'm finna go ahead and bust your ass.
Well, as predicted by myself.
LeBron.
LeBron and company made a comeback.
They made a comeback.
He's the MVP. There was something that stuck out though. Jimmy Butler not playing.
Did they say why he didn't play?
Yeah, due to rest, aka getting drunk and fucking all night.
Hey, don't be mad at him, you young man.
You know what I'm saying? And I know, but that spot could have went to someone else. You know what I'm saying?
Get off my boy Jimmy. Get off of Jimmy.
But I understand he's probably getting an extra bag. Like I'm not giving up this seat. But Lou Williams wasn't feeling that, and rightfully so.
Rightfully so. Lou's been balling his ass off.
Little shit that Coach Pop just kind of threw a knife into my chest and shit. You know what I mean? He'll be surprised if Kawhi returns this season. That shit hurts my heart, man.
Kawhi out of there, man.
Man, chill out, man.
Kawhi out of there, baby. The writing's on the wall. That's what Michael Jackson said.
Doug Martin got released by the Bucks. Now you got to put in work, man. You can't just go off your name no more.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith-Pelly.
Devontae Smith.
The hockey player.
The hockey player for the Washington Capitals, man, tripped out on a few fans for yelling basketball at him while he was in the penalty box. I mean, it's fucked up, but is that really surprising in hockey?
No,
not really.
Nothing but white people.
It's fewer than 30 black players in the NHL.
We don't have access to ice. We tropical people. You can play basketball outside. You can play football outside.
Vegas Knights lost on my birthday.
Peace to Anthony McLemore.
Oh, that was
nasty.
That was gruesome.
Yeah, man. Suffered a horrible injury on TV and those screams.
He was screaming.
You know what I'm saying? I was watching the play. I didn't know that they was gonna actually show his injury, but you heard the screams and I was like, oh shit.
To me, but it's like that happened. Gordon Hayward happened. Like Kevin Ware from Louisville happened.
Paul George.
Like why are these injuries so commonplace nowadays? Like,
oh man, but
jeez Louise.
I don't know what they technology and science and shit, he's only out 4 to 6 months.
That's good. That look like the type of injury make you want to cut your whole foot off.
Yeah,
like
get well, my brother. More black excellence. Bubba Wallace Jr. Now shit like this I like talking about because I don't know nothing about it. But he's the first black driver in the Daytona 500.
Another racist sport
since 1969. Exactly.
Another racist.
And he's like the face of the sport right now, man. He's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man.
I like white people, so I'm gonna leave this one alone, man. I don't want to go there.
Hey, I dig it.
I think that's a good thing, but
I dig it.
I think that's a good thing.
I dig it. Brandon Rios versus Danny Garcia. Did any of y'all check it out?
Yeah.
No, sir.
Rios got buckled.
Knockout of the year?
I don't know. I haven't checked out a bunch of boxing this year.
I thought he was dead.
He's the UFC.
The way he fell, I was like, dude, what is he?
Yeah, that nigga shit buckled. And his interview, man, he's punch drunk.
Danny slept him with a hard right, and then they tried to interview him like, dude, he's clearly still in Disney. He's clearly still in Disneyland right now.
Right.
Like slurring his words.
It was that bad.
He might have CTE.
Yeah, he got knocked out, man.
I need to see it.
Yeah, he was knocked out.
I think when Pacquiao was knocked out.
Pacquiao was more dramatic, but this one was like, this was power. Like this is straight to the nose, hard right. Then Danny Garcia and Sean Porter start going at it, which is corny to me. They start going, arguing and shit about who Vegas belongs to. Like, this is my backyard. No, this is my backyard. This is my backyard. No, this is my none of you motherfuckers from Las Vegas.
None of them from Vegas, are they?
I seen Sean Porter before. He, I think he lives here, but he ain't from Vegas. Like, get that corny shit up out of here, you know. Then Jim Gray and shit, he started tripping out. Like, get off the ring. You know, this is Danny Garcia's night. That type shit. Yeah, y'all got to check that knockout out, man. I think so far that's probably knockout of the year.
Like I said, my weekend was so busy, man. I didn't get to catch up on a lot of things that I should have caught up on.
All right, man. On the new music, Nipsey Hussle album, man.
I thought it was dope. I'm here for it.
Yeah, that shit was hard.
Some bias in the room.
Oh yeah, I wonder why.
Hey man, it's a very dope album. The intro was crazy. You know, he could have kept going a few extra minutes and I would have been satisfied.
I like the intro. The intro was dope.
The track that stood out to me was, you know, Hustle and Motivate. That was the standout track.
Hardest track on there to me.
And then Grinding All My Life.
Grinding All My Life.
It's an amazing song.
Grinding All My Life.
There are some bars in there about the fight, you know, that happened at the infamous and now closed down strip hop here in Las Vegas.
Strip hop was alright though. I went up in there one time. It was alright. The best pair of titties I saw in the whole club didn't belong to a dancer. Although that disappointed me.
I didn't like the parking. It just
who did you see?
Screamed Death Trap.
Oh, just a old friend, and she was like, "Yeah, I just got my titties done." I was like, "Well, let me see. Let me check out the work." And it was like, "Oh, these titties need to be on stage."
There are some lyrics that stood out though. Las Vegas strip hop, yeah.
You creamed them punks.
You creamed them punks after all that looking tough. All you seen was stumps. 50 Cent and Mayweather fled the scene with us. Now, on the Breakfast Club interview, he basically said that he was approached by someone who asked him where he was. He said, "I'm from Cali." He said, "Nah, where you from?" He said he gave dude a mean look, and then his bodyguard dope fiend him.
Yeah.
Bow, dope fiend.
That's a crazy term. I like that term, dope fiend.
Vinci, you was there?
I wasn't there. I was freshly home, so I was on house arrest. I heard the story. The way I heard the story was kind of different. Like I said, I wasn't there. When I heard the story, Nipsey did whatever he had to do that night at the show, the reason why he was there, and then he was like super crippin'. So some of the homies approached him. I did hear they approached him. I did hear his bodyguard did his thing, but I didn't hear about nobody getting knocked out. Like, I heard it was a fight, and I heard Nipsey side won, but didn't nobody get knocked out. That's just liquor and courage, you know. Them young cats got that liquor and courage in them. They want to try somebody, and the athletic bodyguards is ready.
Yeah.
Bow, dope fiend him.
Gotta earn that check.
But shout out to Nipsey Hussle. God damn, man.
Hustle?
It's all fucked up right now,
Yeah,
dude.
man.
Shout out to Nipsey Hussle for acknowledging his fuck up. You know, he took after breaking up with Lauren London, you know, he snatched her back off the market like immediately.
That's smart.
She didn't get no breathing room.
Yeah, I think that was a publicity stunt.
Man, you don't play with no pussy like that.
Nah, I'm no. Oh my God.
For that money, you will.
Man, you do what you want to do. She's Wayne, baby mama.
I don't give a fuck.
Do what you
That's his
want.
baby mama now too, though.
Bye.
We both got a
Lauren.
claim on that pussy.
I commend Nipsey for stepping in on this Cardi B situation. You know, while commenting on the situation, he also tried to calm it down as well. I don't understand why these rappers want to be in the streets so bad.
I don't know. That's wild. I get that her success is kind of fast, and maybe she hasn't learned how to separate herself yet. But
she was way out of pocket though. Like, even when you got rappers like YG, The Game, you got like real bloods. I'm not saying Cardi B's not a real blood or whatever.
Yeah.
I've never took a female gang member serious, so I never will. But I'm not. You got real bloods, and they don't even step out and disrespect the other gang like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So she put herself and the people around her in a tight situation. Like, that they're targets now. Anytime they choose to come to LA or go to LA or any other major Crip cities, like any other major Crip city around the world, she's going to be a target because you didn't.
Yeah.
She just got to check in.
yeah, well, you know, I'm a complete square, so I'm speaking from the square life. But like this, maybe it's geographical because there's real people everywhere, and I heard Nipsey say there's real people everywhere, but gang culture in LA is not like gang culture in other places.
Nope.
Right.
So maybe she didn't understand the seriousness of what she said because she's not from.
Yeah, it's like, you know, she
LA
made a
gang
huge
culture.
mistake, man. And while it's a detriment to our community, we often take for granted the seriousness of gang culture. Like, do as you please, you know what I'm saying? But as a big star like you are, you know, showing that level of disrespect for something that, you know, many of our family members, many of people we know have died.
And
you know, they're in jail.
I think when
over this.
It was a female that spoke on it. I think Viva Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
And she kind of was saying like, because I think she was like a Crip female. And she was saying like they don't get disrespectful because you have family from every side. But now when we get disrespectful, now it's going, you know, we're not only disrespecting her, but we'll be disrespecting our family and everything. And I don't think she paid attention to how important that is. Like growing up on the West Coast, period, you kind of know like you got family from Bloods, Crips, and for Vegas from Gerson. Like growing up here, that's just what it is. So you don't do that disrespecting. The way she did it was foul.
Well, Hell Rail. Damn, the legend.
Yeah, they ain't need to do my
Dipset
Ruger
legend.
like that.
Okay, yeah.
Dipset legend.
Dipset legend.
Okay,
I wouldn't say
I'm a Hell Rail fan, but I don't think we can
Dipset
name
legend. Man, they bow dope fiend him in the restaurant with his family.
Man, you know what? If I was eating my motherfucking taco supreme and a nigga just snuffed me, I'd be upset as a motherfucker.
Yeah, he got up out of there.
His
real
sweats
quick.
had to have holes in them because he was
Real
sliding all across that floor trying to get up out there.
But I'm like, I was highly disappointed because he was at the table with like 4 different female family members,
his family
and they just like no, nigga, throw a plate at this nigga.
No, they screaming and shit.
Yeah, throw something at this nigga. You see this nigga just knock me the fuck out? Like, throw some of that hot sauce in his eyeballs.
Hey, my first thing, man, like when we get back to the house, like, why the fuck y'all ain't jump in?
Don't jump in. I don't want you to put yourself.
We all fighting in that motherfucker.
Nah, I don't want y'all to do that. But just throw a fork at this motherfucker, man. Give me like some kind of leverage to get out of this situation.
Dude walked right up on him and just
God
started taking
damn,
off, man. It's cold out here in these streets, man.
Shock that nigga with a glass of this cold water or something.
Hot singles, man. Y'all check the Black Cut and Ties record?
Nah,
it was cool.
Man, y'all fucking tripping, man. What the fuck? What do y'all listen to?
I want to go back over. I don't really.
I listened to the R.
care for Nipsey.
Yeah, I was listening to that Nipsey the whole time.
Okay, hold up.
We
We gonna let me hear this bias. Why you don't care for this album?
I just think this is what I think. I think the music that he dropped, like the official video, like he was dropping all them videos. I think they was so hot, so it made me want the album more. And the features that he had on there, like I don't know, man.
His beat selection, everything was
production,
top notch to me.
Production
man.
versatility, the content was there.
I think that's
it's gonna hold up for like 5 years.
Bias, man.
I
think that's bias.
I agree.
I like everything Nipsey dropped. I'm not mad at the album, but I'm just not fully on to the album.
Man,
like
you
that.
wildin', man.
It don't make me want to go back. Besides the song Hustle and Motivation. Besides that song, that's it.
Lonzo Ball, he had a track. It's a track on his mixtape called "Get Off" that I've been playing for the past 2 days, man. Don't judge me, but
I definitely
just
did.
like it. Don't get me wrong. My skip, my skip hand, my skip finger was skipping like a motherfucker them tracks, but that was one that stood out to me.
Get off.
Didn't he say Nas was trash or something? Isn't Nas your dude?
He's a young dude, man. I don't take with these young cats. I'm not that old dude who just. He's young.
But Nas, though?
He may not. What has Nas put out since Lonzo Ball's what, 18?
I'm not a Nas fan.
Hip-hop is there.
18, 19?
Like 1920.
So what significant music has Nas put out where Lonzo Ball could be like, yeah, that right there was dope at
But
that
for him
time?
to say Future is better than Nas is wild.
But that's his music of this time. I have to respect that.
But at some point,
That's
you
like
gotta
me
take
saying,
that
dude.
shit
That's
in.
like me saying, I don't. No. What is that? The hip hop, the hip to the. That shit was trash.
But you can't say Rakim was trash. Wasn't that?
Yeah,
before your
but to
time?
me that was trash. But people of that generation would be like, well, I'm being disrespectful. You know what I mean?
So you would say
It's a different
Rakim,
era.
Big Daddy Kane was trash.
No, but
you still got to pay homage at some
the
point.
Hip to the hip to the hip. That shit was
Yeah,
garbage.
that shit is trash.
That shit was
though.
garbage.
It wasn't garbage. It was early.
Dude, that shit was garbage.
It was
Like,
early. They say
turn this shit
so
off.
is Bill Russell trash because he was playing?
No,
in the
but
60s?
I'm saying, but that's of a different era. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Than what I grew up in. So the people that grew up in that era will be like, I'm tripping. I don't know my music. It's just different eras. Like Nas hasn't put nothing out that Lonzo Ball could be familiar with right now.
Ether.
Hip hop is dead.
That's 2001. I'm 29. 2001, I was 11, 12,
13.
somewhere around there. So
Significant.
Lonzo Ball was like a.
So do we give him a pass for not knowing hip hop history? Then
I mean, he may not be a hip hop head like that, or
why are you making
our
hip-hop?
future made him become a hip hop head.
He like fun music or something.
I can't tell.
I didn't.
We
listen
can't
to
tell.
his project.
Like you were saying last week. I can't tell you when you fell in love with hip hop.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
true.
That's your choice. So maybe he fell in love with hip hop. Listen in the future, and then that's.
I'm
'cause
not a
you can
big
hear it.
Nas fan either. So Lonzo,
Man, relax.
I feel.
See, now that's being disrespectful. But, I did skip a lot of his songs. He was on his Migos, that Migos flow type shit, Daz Dillinger, his album dropped. It was classic Daz Dillinger. I was fucking with it. I don't know, that type of album would be dope in the 90s. But in 2018, it's just not going to go nowhere. He did have a standout track that I liked called Sucker Free with 2 C's. You know what I'm saying? The Tank When We remix. Now, Wifey hyped this shit up. I thought this shit was finna be the greatest little slow record ever, the way she hyped this song up.
Trash.
And then I listened to it, and then I was like,
Trash.
Yeah, I like Trey Songz part on
Trey Songz don't fuck. When will he change the way he approached records? He been sounding the same since goddamn Neighbors Know My Name.
He sounds good though.
And trash.
Yeah, it's
on
the
the record, he
approached the
sounds
same.
good.
He sounds the same on every song. Like,
Yeah, I didn't listen to it.
Trey
and I
Songz
just
sounded
don't.
good.
Ty Dolla is not the type of person that you put on
that
that
was
record.
a bad selection.
That was a horrible. Ty Dolla.
The previews the little preview video Tank put out though, it had a different vibe to it. It felt like something special was gonna happen. He let me down. I'm a Tank fan. I don't say that very often. I'm not a lot of people's fan. I'm a Tank fan. I was highly disappointed.
His music been all the same too. He didn't found a little niche. He didn't found a little niche, and now all his albums are starting to.
He just go and find like the young writers, and he try to see what they can do.
No, you not listening, brother.
I do listen.
He been the same person.
No,
Like,
his last 2 albums, his last 2-3 albums have been the same.
No, he made that one.
If you put
super trash.
if you put the song from his last album, fucking with me,
Yeah, but that's not what
fucking with me, and then you put on When We. It's like the same fucking record.
Okay, but R&B music. First of all, we need sex records because like they don't make fucking song. Lord forgive me. This is the language I'm using. They don't make like sex playlist songs very often anymore. Like so, like you need those kind
that
of
new song with Jeremiah and the other dude, Ocean.
I haven't heard it.
Who? Don't say Frank.
It's not Jeremiah. My fault. My disrespect. Jacquees.
Is it Frank Ocean?
No, it's Jacquees. No, the song is called Ocean.
Okay, I haven't heard
The song is called Ocean.
But like, how many people make those kind of songs? Those like quiet storm sex songs. Like Tank is really the only one I could think of in R&B who's really doing that.
Yeah, because we fucking whoop that
I
trick.
don't really think so. Like,
right? I don't want to. That's my back can't take that kind of fucking
Tank,
no more.
To me, Tank like he find the
got his
young
niche.
artist.
He found it,
and he have them write for him, and he sings it. I don't think he's like. I'm not checking for all of his music like that, and then we still not getting that old '90s feel where it was good sex music. Like he's just fucking. That's all he talking
Remember
about.
when he came
When We is amazing.
Remember when we came out with maybe I deserve for you.
He still makes those. Him, her, and them.
Man, when he clenched his fist in that music video, man.
No, I
felt all that shit.
I actually was upset. Like, why would he say that shit? Like, why would he?
I did not like that song when it first dropped.
I didn't either. I was like, well, this nigga's.
I ain't either.
He was the first Steve
That's why
Harvey.
I
Like,
did.
why would you say that?
That's
You
why
supposed to play God Code.
My
brother.
kids are so lucky that they have the little shit where you can fast forward the shit now. You remember when you had to watch music videos back in the day, and you had to be
on the box.
You was forced to watch that whole motherfucking video. The whole video.
I didn't watch it. Like I was like, this nigga's breaking God code. I don't want to hear this shit. It was a dope song, but like I'm saying, he still makes those kind of songs.
Soul song, man.
He still makes those kind of songs. Listen to him, her, and them. Listen to him, her, and them, and then get back to me, man. Like he still makes meaningful R&B songs that like have a message.
God's Plan. Y'all check the video out?
Nah, I ain't seen the video.
I saw the video. I liked it. I'm still not a fan of the song. I can watch the video with the volume down.
We need Positive Pete when it comes to Drake, okay?
Nah, fuck Drake.
What up, Vince? Skinny, you seen it?
I seen it.
Damn, man, I keep calling you by your real name and shit, man. My bad.
You good, bro. Yeah, I seen it. Like when you had said to go on and look at it, he had dropped another video prior to that, God's Plan official video, and I think it's with like Tyra Banks or something. So that's the video I thought you was talking about. So I was like, it was cool. What you crying for? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, don't say I was crying and shit. I dropped a tear or two.
That's some light skin shit.
I see this motherfucker. Here you go and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I can't lie. I did drop a tear or two watching the video. You know, I've been real in tune with my feelings lately.
With your feminine side?
You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't because of Drake. You know, it was because of the happiness that you seen in those people's eyes, you know, while he was helping them. Like, you can't act that out. You know what I'm saying? When he was hugging the boy, he helped his mom out. You know, he was talking to him about his mom. Like,
yeah, I mean,
you can't act that.
He did a good thing.
You know what I'm saying? He did his thing, you know. I hope in my time on this earth, I'm able to change people's lives like that. And not just with money, you know what I mean? With my spirit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, damn, you know.
I feel
good.
He
know?
did a good thing.
He did a good thing, man.
You know what I'm saying? That was dope to me, man. And then that second verse, when all the kids in the school, you know, was rapping his lyrics, man, that was dope, man.
It's Drake.
Hey, I don't give a fuck.
It's Drake.
She say, do you love me? I tell her, only partly.
I didn't even know them words.
What?
I didn't see the video like 3 times, and I still don't know the word.
I only love my bed and my mom. I'm sorry. Woo!
I'm good.
They got the kids singing that.
That was a cool line though. I only love my
What?
mama. I'm not sold on this.
You know, one of the it was a young lady in the video that he bought the car for. You know, they were saying that he found her just by reading an article in the newspaper or whatever it was. He found her just by reading an article though.
So everybody he gave something to, he kind of like knew their background.
I'm pretty sure as time goes on, you will start, you know, we'll start hearing the backstories.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Was it corny that he recorded it? Like, I hate people who record their good deeds. I really hate it because it's not about what you did. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's more so about you. So I really don't. I hate when people.
But I'd rather him make a
good
deed popular than a bad deed.
That's true,
Everybody
too.
makes bad deeds.
And I kind of like his follow up, because after that he made was it a Twitter or on Instagram where he was basically saying like telling everybody to do something.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah,
and he said like, don't hashtag it, like just tag me in it, because I don't want this to be a hashtag or some trend. Just do this out the kindness of your
that's
heart.
dope.
So I liked his follow up to it.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I like the altruistic nature of his gesture. I don't think it was a coincidence. I don't think it was like, man, we just gonna do a bunch of good shit. Y'all just happened to be in the area with a camera at the time. I'm not. Like, I think it was a purpose. But I mean, I'm for the purpose though. So fuck it.
It's a good purpose.
Yeah, whatever it takes.
I don't know if I really like the fact that he broadcast how much money it was in the beginning. I don't know if I was that beginning part. I don't know if I was feeling that part.
Just saying how much money he gave. Well,
yeah,
I don't.
That could have came out later. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, to put that's about recording your good deeds. You know what I mean? It's like, look, hey, I donated $1 million.
I think. Do you say that because you want a tax write off?
Yeah, definitely. He wants a tax write off.
Yeah, but is that his money or the label's money? From what I read, from my understanding,
he said the label's money.
So does he get a tax write off for that?
It's probably a marketing expense.
Yeah, that's the video budget. Yeah. You just gave the money away. Like, you still shot a video, so you did what you were supposed to do.
Like we said before, amazing imagery, right?
Yeah.
But shout out to him for that video. Let's get into a little bit of battle rap. T-Top.
Man,
dropping the Kanika bar.
He wasn't the first one, so. And we can't censor battle rap. That's something that definitely doesn't need to be censored. The family has a right to be mad, but all the casual battle rap fans that don't really watch battle rap shouldn't be mad. It happens every day.
it was a hot bar. I liked the bar. The bar was hot to me, so that's all I really like. Yeah, what you said. The family has a right to be mad, but like
that's battle rap. That's what they do in
pretty
battle
much,
rap.
yeah.
Like,
But
it wasn't nothing new. Well, I think what it was is people's like, oh, too early.
Yeah,
Like,
but I mean,
early.
like we were saying in the group chat, we do have a huge problem with using everything as entertainment. Even situations that have, brought incredible hurt to people. It's like all of it is.
You can't be like
That's battle rap.
you can't be too sensitive though. Like I think we are too sensitive in 2018. Like you can't make jokes about these people. You can't make jokes about those people. You can't battle rap and say this person.
Yeah, but if somebody used your family member in a bar,
Yeah, and R.I.P.
how would you feel
Kanika.
about it?
That was tragic. Though.
Like, okay, like my family member, if I have a personal connection to a person, all right, or a personal situation, but like, if a nigga made a fat joke, I wouldn't be like, oh, you out of line. Like, let's bar you. Like, nigga, yeah, I'm fat. I mean, I'm not. Okay, let me retract that. I mean, I'm athletic chubby. That's a better description. Like, I'm athletic chubby.
He did turn around and apologize though.
Yeah,
stop
that's
apologizing.
everybody, man.
Stop
you
apologizing.
fuck around and you make a video 2 seconds later apologizing. That's
Don't
just, that's corny to me.
Don't apologize
when you get
for your
into a
art.
fight and shit. 10 minutes later, you got a video on.
Nah,
That's
that's public pressure. That's public pressure. That's not
it's
genuine.
just corny to me, man.
Smack probably made him apologize or something like that.
He probably felt the pressure from the fans, but like, it's not genuine because, from my understanding, you get assigned these battles like a month or two ahead. So it took you time to write this rhyme. Like if you really put thought and effort into writing this rhyme, then all of a sudden it don't go the way you want to go. And
He's not the first one with a Kanika line.
Exactly.
Though. It's just what it is he's one of the more popular right now.
Yeah.
Because like I watch battle rap. Like they do that. Like
right.
It was a Kanika bar not even a month after Kanika had passed. Like the next major event, it was a Kanika bar in there.
Yeah.
Which I would expect, but that's what I'm saying. Like to me, that makes your apology disingenuous. Like you took time and effort to put these bars together, and all of a sudden it didn't go the way you wanted it to go. Now it's I'm sorry.
Own it, in my opinion, own it.
Like I didn't mean to offend the family, but
I don't think he wanted that smoke with the Chicago cats. I think that's what it was.
Oh yeah,
that might
he didn't
be.
want that smoke with the Chicago cats.
Tekashi 6ix9ine, man. I checked this dude out, man. He's a Mexican with a pink flat iron. Like,
it's not pink.
How do I take this serious?
It's rainbow.
It's rainbow.
Not Mexican. He's like Puerto Rican or something.
He's Puerto Rican and Mexican. I had to check that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's Puerto Rican and Mexican.
Dude, he has a rainbow flat iron. Like, how the fuck do I take that serious?
I don't.
Look, I salute the dudes that went and fought his whole look entourage.
Because there was only two of them.
It was only two of them, and dude went at him. And dude was actually by himself because the first dude was like recording at first.
Yeah.
And the dude, and he got his man. He ended up dropping Tekashi. Like that's what matters.
Tekashi, is he a street dude?
Yeah.
I heard he's getting extorted from them Brooklyn niggas.
Like when he first came out with that, I'll be with your semi nigga, whatever the song was. He had all the red rags, so he been repping Bloods or whatever from New York or whatever the case may be. I think they should have did more to dude. I think if they catch him again, they should whoop his ass again.
Yeah, I was hoping they did
because
him bad.
he's like constantly being disrespectful with it. It's one thing to say something. Yeah, it's one thing to say something, but he's like constantly being disrespectful. So somebody should have touched him.
What is the child molestation allegations? What the fuck is that about?
I didn't look deep
about
into
a
that.
13-year-old that I guess his homie was getting head or something from, and he was in the video.
Oh my god!
So he had to plead guilty. He was 17. She was 13. She said she was 19. This is from what I read. I don't know the actual facts, but I guess that's what happened. So.
Wow. He got, due to all this bullshit that's going on, he got shows being canceled due to threats of violence. Like, is it that serious of an image to put on to where you just gonna allow your pockets to get lighter because of some shit
everybody has to check in when they go to LA or to Detroit, any of these inner cities, they have to check in. But him being disrespectful, saying he didn't have to check in and fuck LA, whoop de whoop whoop, you got to stand behind that as a man at the end of the day.
Okay, checking in. Ain't checking in just extortion, like on a friendlier tip?
It's respect. If niggas see you and they know you about that, you don't have to pay money. But he was fooled from the beginning because of that molestation shit. Okay. So he was fooled.
Okay, I have a question though, because I'm a square, so this is beyond my realm. Like, is it only rap? Like if it's Tank coming to town, do Tank have to check in?
If you putting off that image, I believe if you putting off that certain image, you have to check in.
So I don't know what this check in thing is.
It sounds to me like it's just extortion. Like, hey, you in my city, homie.
This has been a thing. Like, do you remember like a few years ago, Detroit had the no-fly zone?
Yeah. Same
thing.
That's
basically the same thing. That's just
thing.
how they termed it. Like, if you come to Detroit and you're here to make money off the city, you got to pay. You got to pay the people that's in the street.
It's a respect thing. You go in there if you want to go to the hood, if you want to go to the Roscoe's on Pico and shit. You got to tell niggas you here, because niggas. First of all, niggas gonna see you flashing, right? So there's gonna be somebody that's gonna want to run up on you. Basically, you're paying for protection. It's like a mafia thing. You paying for protection from other gangsters.
That's my question. Like, do the Temptations have to check in when they come to town, or is it just the rappers?
I know you want to.
So is that part of the reason why Chris Brown and all them started game?
Soulja from Fruit Town, because Chris Brown and Soulja Boy are getting extorted from Fruit Town. They claim the same hood. They not really from there, but they getting extorted. They paying I'm not gonna say that, but yeah, they paying the Pyrus, Fruit Town.
Wow. Well, I checked out the video, man. The streets finally caught up to him. It was only 2 cats. You know what I'm saying? It looked like Tekashi had like 7 dudes with him.
Yeah.
7, 8 dudes with him.
He still got dropped.
When dude got out the car, right? Tekashi started backing away before his like bodyguard or whoever it was started.
That nigga ran away. He ran away.
It's like the nigga that's barking, wolfing. Yeah. But in his head, you like, damn man, come get me, hurry up. Come get me.
And then when he started thinking they was getting the best of him, he tried to run in and get him a couple hits in, and
it did it. Something sparked in his head. I was like, no, I'm going backwards. Let me go forward. And as soon as he walked in the street, he started getting worked. Like, dude, come on, man.
Yeah, I was hoping they did him bad. He gotta run that again.
They trying to jump 2 people, and they didn't win that altercation. Like, it's 6 of y'all.
But then check this out. But then
he announces, you dope fiend somebody, and you didn't even phase him. Like, that was the softest punch I ever seen.
But then check this out. Then he announces he going to San Antonio, and guess what happens?
They been banned him from that. Yeah, the Mexicans wasn't playing with him.
He's on the making videos saying you don't come here.
Nah, you don't.
You come to this club, it's gonna be issues.
You right by the border, by the border too? Oh no, don't fuck around.
His whole little career is basically shot.
Crazy, man. And it ain't doing nothing. Like, y'all become rappers to get out the streets, put money in your pocket. But it's like you become rappers to get back in the streets, to lose shows, and your pocket's thinning. Like, I'm not understanding it.
Because they young kids. You gotta learn how to separate. You gotta learn how to separate the art from the man. So
do he really got? I mean, you can't judge nobody. Can't count nobody's pockets, right? But if I have 60 dudes around me at all times, and I'm the breadwinner, because that's what you end up being, just basically giving your money out. You got 60 dudes. You the breadwinner. When you go to the mall, you buying Jordans. You buying him Jordans. That shit is gay as fuck.
Yeah, that's good. Well, we're going to get off of that. Shout out to all the women on the no moral side of the game. You know what I'm saying?
I want you to tell me about that Snoop Dogg and Jacquees single.
That single was dope. The single was dope.
So what about this?
Like, he dropped the EP, and the intro in that Jacquees single was amazing. I said, okay, Snoop getting somewhere. That shit turned to trash so fast.
This wasn't the gospel album, was it?
No.
I didn't even listen.
Oh, man, this shit right. Hey, man.
So out of the new music, the only thing you liking right now is
Nipsey.
That's it. I'm still on the Black Panther soundtrack a little bit.
I'm local. I'm with the landlord.
Yeah.
I ain't listened to it yet, and I don't even know if I want.
Dude, and dropped 2 classic albums to me.
See, that's that classic word.
To me,
that's putting it up there with.
And I am. I'm putting it up there.
Hey, Blueprint.
I'll listen.
No, I'm not putting it up there.
I'm gonna listen to.
But I'm putting it up there.
I'm gonna listen to it, man, and next show we'll talk about it.
I mean, I'm just saying, listen to everything new to drop.
But yeah, man, Blac Chyna. I'm all for that movement. No morals.
No, I'm not for the dick licking. Like, you too old to be licking penis.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like,
who really dropped the? Okay, now that we own this, who dropped? The
I don't know. Dude said he ain't got. It wasn't.
Rob said he ain't got nothing to do with it.
It might have been Rob.
Cause she's saying she's trying to
where
sue
Rob
somebody.
get it from?
Well, remember when they had their little beef? Rob said that she sent him a video of her having sex and giving oral to somebody, and he said that he was gonna drop it, and she had threatened it.
But it was more than oral, though.
He said and everything, and then she said, "If you drop this video, I'm going to sue you."
You sent it to me.
In California, there's a law against that.
Yes.
Revenge porn law.
Well,
Anyway,
I'll drive to Nevada and drop it.
What y'all think of the video?
The video was.
Who watched the full video?
I didn't watch it. I watched a piece of it.
I can't lie, I did. It was the first porn I've watched all the way through since R. Kelly.
Oh,
God damn.
I watched the full
And you know,
shit.
I only really watched his. I was a young kid, but I only watched his because I kept hearing about him pissing on people.
Man, I don't even want to get into the R. Kelly video. That
But
shit
anyways, I did watch it all the way through. The shit was super trash. You know what I'm saying? She was sucking his dick like his shit stank. But shout out to all the women who suck dick after long days of pick up basketball.
You're a valuable
You know what
member
I'm
of the
saying?
community.
She I don't know. I watched the video. I skimmed through it, I guess.
She don't know. It looked like when she was giving head, it looked like she either wasn't interested
To me, it
or
looked
it
like
was
they,
just straight
to me, it
trash.
looked like they was just joking around, playing around.
No,
'cause the
not
camera
when they
on,
was getting
like,
down in the bed. She was for real, but
That
I don't know
shit-
if he was
that's-
like hurting her and shit. She was like, stop. I was like,
That
hey
shit's
man,
That look
Hell
like that
looked
head you give.
me too. Finna get your ass.
When you on your period and you didn't promise your man some head, but you really want to go to sleep, so you
But
like,
even
man,
when
come
she
on.
was like riding them backwards, like it still was like, to me it was like entertainment. It was like she was trying to, I don't know, show her ass off or something to him.
Body.
It's like she was joking or something. Like
Her body is like
don't
them
know.
little ass legs.
I was so disappointed in her titties. Oh God,
I didn't look.
I did. I was like, oh my God, her whole for you to have a whole new body, like you couldn't do better than this.
but now she's talking about suing. So do she have a right to sue?
Yeah, if she didn't release it and it wasn't done without with her consent.
You're a stripper.
I want to know how she finessed all these dudes. You know, she had a baby by Tiger. She had a baby by the Kardashian dude.
That's why I believe that
How she
video was a
finessed all
joke.
these dudes with trash like that?
I don't think
Bullshit.
she's trash. I think that was a joke. I think she was.
God
whoever
damn it,
dude
that was a first impression for me. And that shit was
Take this.
garbage.
Tiger wasn't gonna keep her that long. I don't think Tiger gonna keep her that long if she was that trash and not bringing in no money.
Man, but Rob did had some work over there. He had what's the Rosa Acosta? Like, how you let Rosa Acosta go for that?
But I go to the police too. Get that trash off the goddamn internet.
Yeah, that's
And I don't watch Black Ink Crew, but the chick Donna, she getting smashed in the bathroom stall.
I like it. I like
While
that
the dude rolling a blunt.
I like that she didn't let the fame change her. Like, stay who you are, baby.
Hey,
I gotta go back.
I'm with the no
I
morals
kind of watched
movement.
the Black Ink
Keep
thing. But
telling
I
you.
don't know if that's the dude that was saying that he was a bisexual or something.
Oh, no.
see,
I don't want nothing to do with that. No dick talk.
There he
There will
go.
be no dick talk, sir.
Hey, Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams say that Beyonce, J-Lo, Fergie, and Janet cannot sing live and needs auto-tune. But she recognizes that Adele, Aretha, Celine, Dionne Warwick, and Mariah don't need auto-tune. Now, I'm all for the Beyonce slander.
Nah.
I'm all for the Beyonce
That's
slander
Spence,
until
everybody.
y'all Kelly gets her just due on being the lead singer of Destiny's Child.
She's not the lead singer of Destiny's Child.
She's not the lead singer of that.
Man,
Why
relax.
did you say
She's
that?
the most talented. Period.
She's not that either.
But I was following her.
Her best song is "Dirty Laundry."
I was following her. Relax. her best song isn't her best song. Isn't her song, but whatever.
Her best song isn't her song. What's her best song then? T-shirt?
Dilemma. Or Motivation.
Cater to You.
Her best song is Dirty Laundry.
Man, relax. I was with her until she said Mariah. Do we need a reminder?
Man,
You said
Cue it up.
it's coming.
You.
Come to
You.
for Christmas.
Oh. Oh. Carl Lewis Music School.
Make my wish come true. I'm just gonna keep on waiting.
Hey.
You. I hear those sleigh bells ringing. Won't you please bring my baby to me? So make my wish come true. You.
Shit. Oh, God.
You.
Hey, I can't take no more. I can't take it. I can't take it.
Please make it stop.
Hey, man. Wendy Williams getting trashed on Twitter too by the Beehive, and then
Oh, you knew that was coming.
now she has to take a 3-week. She's taking a 3-week break due to I think Graves' disease or something. I don't know.
How coincidental.
Right. Remy Ma's sister arrested for allegedly shooting a woman and then running her over with her car.
Don't play with them people.
Good God.
Yeah.
She is currently being held without bond.
It's happened on Monday the 19th, and they released the article today.
No wonder no one wants smoke with Remy, man.
Yeah,
Her whole
she got
family
shooters.
crazy.
She got shooters.
Shit. Real quick, Ray Caruth. If y'all don't know who that is, that's the football player who got this young lady pregnant, had her killed while she was pregnant. The baby survived. He's expected to be released from prison later on this year, I believe, after 17 years. He says he wants custody of his son. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, that nigga's a dickhead.
Yeah, he's tried. I understood where he's coming from though. Like to be like, you know, I served my time. I want a second chance on my son's life, but like,
What do you say to your son?
Exactly.
I tried to kill you. Like,
My bad.
I think his son is. I don't know if he's
autistic.
He's autistic. Got
Yeah.
some cerebral palsy or something like that.
Yeah, he has some complications.
I think his son is like 17, 18
Oh,
already.
he old now.
So
When
I
I
don't
read
know
the
if
article
custody
last
will
year,
be in there, but nigga, you tried to kill me.
Right.
forgiveness.
Shit, I don't know about that one. Like, you tried to kill me, dog.
He did. Well, I think he was trying to kill the mom. So it wasn't personal.
Yeah, but
he was trying to kill. Yeah, he was trying to kill both.
He's trying to kill both.
It was
of them.
because she was pregnant.
It wasn't personal. I didn't know you then.
Hey man, peace to the guy Malcolm X. You know, you guys will be hearing this tomorrow, but 53 years today, we lost not just one of our great leaders, but an amazing man.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? His book changed my life.
Absolutely.
It's the greatest book ever to me.
Still never
That's
finished
my Bible.
that book. I started it and I never finished it. I
Man,
have a hard time. Do they have the Audible?
Man, here he go. I have to. This motherfucker go, man.
That's hilarious.
You gotta feel it, man. You gotta feel those pages.
I don't think I read Malcolm's. I read Booker T. Washington.
Booker T.
that's-
Washington. Man, only I read Iceberg Slim.
Shit.
Man, happy belated birthday to my guy Skinny.
Good
You
looking.
know, we
good
wish you
looking.
many. We wish you many more, man. I'm happy you riding with us on this one, man.
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Appreciate you,
I'm
man.
Here, I'm here till it's over with, and hopefully it ain't never over with.
Absolutely.
Quick shout out to Ebony,
Yeah.
creator of the Cousin Clubhouse.
What she do?
Hey man, she made the little group we in, man. We not like a little tight little family and shit. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Got a trip to New Orleans coming up.
And she put it out there when we first started. She let everybody know, like, go listen.
Yeah,
in.
that was
like, that
she
was
did.
love.
She did.
That was what's up.
You still ugly as hell if you listening
New
to
Orleans.
this.
New Orleans. Oh my God. Oh, free titties.
Hey, I'm talking about wifeys though.
Oh no, not me. I'm going freeze.
But yeah, man, peace to her and her family. Get at her on Facebook at Ebony Tucker. Is that it, fellas?
Yeah, man. I'll be.
Any shout outs, anything?
No.
No shout outs.
No shout. I mean, Black History Month's almost over. That's gonna be a sad thing, but you know
that's gonna be a sad thing. We didn't care about this month going in.
Exactly.
I can't believe you just said it's gonna be a sad thing.
All right, man.
Care about this what?
Where can they reach you at, Fats?
FTE_Fats on Instagram and Twitter.
Ivan?
Young Al Bundy, YUNG_Al_Bundy, BUNDY.
That name.
That is
that name.
That is Twitter and Instagram.
Skinny.
I just got my Twitter account open. It's Skinny Junior _777. My Instagram is FullyGame777, and then my Facebook is Skinny Junior.
Hey man, my Instagram is Mr. Spencer88. My Twitter is Just Call Me Spence without a T. Just Call Me Spence. And I think that's it. Thank you all for listening to the Views from the 7 podcast. We out.
Beehive.